And now, presenting from across the pond, it's the Squared Circle Relics Podcast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. My name is David Lloyd. You can call me Lloydy, and I'm here with Jamie and Chris, as per the norm. How are you doing, guys? What's going on?
Good evening. How you doing? All right.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
Over here.
Yeah. What have you been up to? Are you frazzled from the heat?
I am partially boiled, slightly melted, a little bit red, a bit of everything really. Survived though. I think it could have gone worse, but no, not too bad actually, mate. Not bad.
Yeah, it wasn't very nice, was it? Yeah.
It was just 2 days of hell, all right? Yeah. I honestly, I feel sorry for anyone who had to work through it. If you were off and in a jacuzzis are normally warm, right? If you were in an ice bath for 2 days, good on you. Sadly, I think we all worked, and it was all rather painful and sweaty. So
very sweaty.
If you had the foresight to book it off, well done to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But hopefully it won't be like that again the rest of this month. Or yeah. I would say I did have an air conditioning unit, portable one. I did buy it in a winter sale, half price. There you go. Lloydy's tips. Buy an aircon unit for 2 days of the year in the UK. That's what you need to do.
Well, I'll give you a tip as well. If you see one in the middle aisle in Aldi, grab that for $4.99. It's done the job for me as well.
Yeah.
Long live the middle aisle.
So, what have you been up to this week? Anything?
Other than not roasting, it's actually been a fairly steady week for me, really. Not been up to much, really. What about you?
Yeah, not a lot. Work, sweating, not so much. I'm very aware I'm out with the boys tomorrow night. So out tomorrow night. So been gearing up for that. Lads. So I'm gearing up for that. Well, tomorrow it's so I do a fantasy football every year, and I do a draft. So I'm going to have to do the draft tomorrow. So I'm sober for half the evening, and then I'm going to get on it later on. So I'm looking forward to that. How about you, Chris? Apart from sweating?
Yeah, pretty busy week for me. It feels like the first time I've stopped and sat down all week. So, but I'm on holiday from tomorrow. So for a week. Nice. So yeah. Although it's not going to be much better because I'm moving house tomorrow. So.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Mate.
Oh,
Nice.
mate. Yeah, that's come around so quick.
It has, isn't it?
Oof.
But yeah.
I hope you packed all those cars up nicely.
I haven't actually packed them up yet. It's the one. It's like the one thing that I've kept out because I don't want to pack them away. So I'm going to pack them tonight, and then we'll go from there.
Don't be doing a Toy Story and leaving them behind, and they have to find their own way to your new house.
No, God no. I just didn't want to put them in a box and then go, oh wait, somebody wants to know, like, do you know what I mean? Somebody's asking about this card, or do you know what I mean? So I kept them out till the very end. So yeah.
How did you find working on Tuesday anyway? Because I know you obviously working in retail. Did you have aircon or anything, or was it
we had
slog on Tuesday?
3 fans, so the aircon, like half of our aircon works. So we've got 2 units, and one of them works, but not the one near where I was. So yeah, 3 fans and very, very sweaty. But yeah,
well, hopefully we're on the back end of it now. Let's hope anyway.
Please.
I forgot to say as well. I had my son's christening as well. It seems like a million years ago now, because it was so hot on Monday and Tuesday. But I did wear a suit on Sunday, and it was still like 30 odd degrees. That was horrific in a church. Church was not too bad, but we did race home afterwards for food and drinks and sit in front of the aircon for a bit. It was pretty bad.
It'd be a good story you can share though down the line. Say when you were christened, it was roasting hot and it was the record-breaking weekend sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he did really well. Like he's what 9-10 months now, and he was a little star all the way through. He only cried when the vicar picked him up, but he picked him up like a baby, not like a 10-month-old, like under his arm. He didn't like it.
Oh, yeah,
and he started crying. He didn't like that at all. It's like the wife was like, and. But other than that, it was really good and it went really well.
Brilliant.
Good.
Yeah. So, have we been watching anything?
This week, for me, I've not really watched much at all, really. What about you guys?
I think I watched SmackDown from last week. And I watched a little bit of AEW, but I haven't watched yesterday's. So no spoilers.
I haven't watched yesterday's yet. I don't know what happens.
I have watched yesterday's, but I won't say nothing.
I don't mind. It's up to you. Anything good? Was there anything monumental that happened?
Well, yesterday was the Eddie Kingston, Jericho, barbed wire everywhere is what they were calling it. And that pretty much was barbed wire everywhere. Obviously, by the time this goes out, people will probably have seen it by now, but no spoilers for me. But no, that was the main event. The rest of the card was a good Dynamite. I'd say there's never really a bad episode of Dynamite, is there really?
No.
Overall, flew by. The opener was really good. The middle of the matches, throughout the match, pretty good episode, really.
I'll mention a bit more of my thoughts later on because we're going to talk a bit about WWE in a bit, right? And it's funny with what WWE are doing compared to AEW, but I'll get into that in a sec. But that's a weird one. Come on,
sorry, Brody King. I really enjoyed Brody King. So he opened up the show yesterday against Darby Allin. They had that sort of blow-off match. Brody King has really impressed me over the last few weeks with the title match and this match. I think he's definitely another one to watch as someone who could be a big star in the future.
I think he's a solid worker. I mean, like everything he did in Ring of Honor was top-notch and New Japan as well. Really, really top-notch worker, I think.
Yeah, I've never seen. See, I've only ever seen him in AEW, so he's completely new to me, really.
Same,
so
yeah.
I've enjoyed seeing him.
Big tank of a man, basically. But no, really, really, really good worker. I think he fits in well with what they're doing with him.
Yeah.
I just don't know. Will he escape the mid card? I don't know. But
I kind of hope. I don't know, obviously, for the Brit Rest fans out here, obviously, Tommy Endman, obviously, when he was over here with the Samurai and Death Squad with Michael Dante, if you can build that sort of tag team dynamic with those two, and if you can use some of those power moves they had, I think you can have a real good tag team there.
I miss the Samurai and Death Squad. They were cool.
They were really cool. Yeah, well cool. Did you ever see
real
them, Chris?
Fun team to watch, man, back in the day.
So Michael Dante was sort of built like Brody King, ultimately, wasn't he? Like, just a beast. And between the two of them, like, the power combos and stuff they used to have, and the finisher was amazing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. That's when Tommy End was a lot smaller as well back then. He was a skinny little thing back then. He's quite hench now, isn't he? He's definitely changed his body. But I do miss it. But I think sky's the limit really with him. If they continue, they're obviously trying to push him, right? They're giving him some big matches. So I just don't want to see him get the TNT title and then just do nothing with it and then go off into obscurity afterwards, right?
Yeah.
Doing a Miro, mate, basically.
That's what I thought of, yeah.
Watch Dynamite and you'll see all about Miro.
Really?
Yeah, it was good.
So I don't mind him. I've always liked him, to be honest, but I just...
I love this Redeemer stuff. I really enjoy the Redeemer stuff and like his promos and the way he feels so hard trodden by God, I think he's really cool.
I know it's a couple of weeks ago, but did anyone see the Pac versus Shooter match for RevPro?
No, I didn't.
I haven't.
Sorry.
I haven't seen it either. I do want to see it. It's quite funny, actually, because it's like a guy from the UK with the Atlantic title, all Atlantic title, fighting in the UK against someone from the Pacific. It didn't really match well for me, but I don't know. I will find it at some point and give it a watch. I can't believe Shooter's still over here. Shota Umuno, wherever his name is. I just can't believe he's still over. He came on Excursion in like 2019,
Right.
and obviously the pandemic happened, and he's still here, doing his young boy excursion. So I'm a bit confused by that. It seemed not to have gone back to Japan. I don't know why, but I don't know. And he's probably very happy from Rev Pro that he's still there.
Well, I think the other thing as well, obviously they got that on Dark as well, haven't they? They actually put the whole match on Dark. So I guess that's a nice little nod towards Rev Pro, well, the fact that that's an extra bit of publicity for them, really.
It was in Sheffield, wasn't it? So it's they recorded it from there and put it on Dark. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So they've done. I'm looking forward to seeing what else appears on here. I don't know whether or not there's any Rev Pro Huntingdon shows going to be appearing on Dark at any point in time, but that'd be quite cool if there is.
That would be weird. Rev Pro St. Neots on Dark.
Can you imagine it though? Can you imagine? I would be
a little tiny room.
You know what?
Cool.
Yeah, it would be really cool.
But that for me, and I will get back. That's for me of what I mean. Even though that's it's not a stick and move kind of match. It's kind of like anything with Packing's quite hard hitting, right?
Yeah.
But that to me is where the AEW should be. Like that's the fun that we should be having right now.
Yeah.
And I really look forward to that kind of stuff in the future, to be honest.
And I think that's the sort of thing that would draw me back into going to a local show again, really. But yeah, we'll see.
I'm still not there, mate. I'm still not there.
I'm not either. But I think seeing something like that would be quite cool, knowing that it would be on Dark or whatever,
Yeah, no, I get you. Well, let's talk a bit of cards.
Yeah, let's talk about cards, yes.
A little bit of cards. Why not? Well, that's why we're all here, isn't it? So, a couple of updates, news-wise. AEW 2022, that's this year. It is Series 2, isn't it, really? That's coming out September time. And the reason that, other than we all know that it's coming out, but the reason that we're talking about it is the price point. So,
very nice price point.
$100 pre-order I saw. It's gone up to 110. I don't know if that's changed.
I think it's still 110. Yeah.
I have seen ATP placeholders for 100 as well. Coming soon. They have on. If you have a look on AEW stuff, you'll see a load of box 1, box 2, box 3. Well, I think it's A, B, C, D, E, and they're all like 100. So it's not too bad.
Has anyone pre-ordered yet?
Jamie?
I haven't yet. No. I probably will. I'm not going to lie. I'm probably going to buy a couple of boxes at that price point anyway.
Yeah, same.
Just because the idea of ripping, I just love ripping packs anyway. So I will pick it up. And again, I'll do the same thing I've done with Series 1. Just fill in the blanks as I go along, ready for that full set. But yeah, I'll be picking some up. Definitely $100 a box. I'm not being funny. I was willing to pay $250 for the Series 1. So if I can get 2 for the price of 1 this time round.
Bonus.
I don't blame you, mate. Honestly, I do not blame you. I think it's a good price point. For me personally, it's just the volume. It's a couple of things. One, don't know what you're going to get. Two, I'd like to see the quality of the card get better than it was the last time round.
Yeah.
We'll see. But what is in these packs? I'd like to see them first, and I'd like to know if I'm going to get singles. I don't know what I'm going to be collecting this time round. I've got a fair. I'm not going to go further into my Sean Spears mentalness from Series 1. I think that's pretty much done. But I just don't know where I'm going to go. I think Jade, but I don't know what else until I start seeing these cards and seeing what I really want to collect, to be honest. So I'd be there with you, boys. I think I'm just going to take a bit of a back bench on it for... Backbench talking politics, Christ. I'm going to take a bit of a back seat. Oh, God, no. Hasta la vista, baby.
I was going to say the same thing.
If nobody knows what that means, obviously. Our Prime Minister finished his PMQ Prime Minister questions yesterday with hasta la vista, baby. Amazing.
And then walked out.
Literally, he picked up his little red books and walked out. So brilliant. But I don't know, Chris. I take it you're going to be, for want of a better phrase, all in on it.
I am. Well, yeah. I'm probably going to do the same thing as Jamie. I'm going to try and pre-order maybe 2 to 4 boxes because if, as he said, at this price, it's pretty good. And obviously, I kind of see where you're coming from as you want to see it come out first. But the thing I worry about with that is that, say, the checklist is really good and the prices just skyrocket. Yeah. So kind of happened the first time to a degree, didn't it? So I think I'm just going to go for it, to be honest.
I don't think there's anyone that other than Jade in my mind right now. There's nobody on that list that I can think about that I would want to PC. Like Jake, obviously, but God knows if Jake's going to be in it. I haven't,
Yeah.
But I just, personally, I'm just a bit like, let's see. But I completely understand why everyone's going to go nuts for it. Is there a reason? Like, are the autos? The figures say that the autos are going to be sparse, right? Few and far between. But what's going to happen with retail as well? I don't think I'd be so heavily invested if retail didn't come out at the price point it did on Series 1 with all of the goodies that you could get in the retail side. Yeah. And EPAC as well, right? EPAC led the way.
Yeah.
So.
Well, EPAC opened the floodgates with everything, didn't it? Like if you were going to buy 10 packs, you were going to probably get something half decent out of those 10 packs, weren't you, on EPAC?
I think so. We'll cover this in the purchases of the week. But I pulled a 101 from EPAC. I didn't think I'll ever pull a 101 in my life, and I pulled one from EPAC. So, but we'll talk about that more in a bit. But,
do you think that they'll stagger it again? So they'll release it first and then wait maybe a month or so for the EPAC, or do you think they'll go for the same time this time?
100% the same thing will happen.
Yeah,
I think it will. Didn't it go EPAC retail?
EPAC, retail.
Sorry, hobby retail.
EPAC,
and then EPAC was quite late. It was sort of in the beginning of the year, wasn't it? Like February time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But it wasn't supposed to be. But at the end of the day, the way that they did it was, I think, a lot better because the thing is, they bought in obviously so much of the hobbies to go onto EPAC. You just didn't know what was still left until people started opening it, and.
Especially when there was so many big hits appearing on Twitter and stuff like that, you didn't think there was much left. And there's like loads of 101s being pulled and loads of canvas cards, and
it was like a wave. It was like a wave, and then every day you would either see nothing or you would see loads, and then it would be like day after day after day like it, and it still is today. I mean, you go on the forums and you can see, and that's what drives me to buy the EPAC. If I see someone pull 3 or 4 101s on a day, then I'm going in on it because
so am I. I do the same thing. If I see you guys are getting something half decent, I'll buy a few packs just because you wonder if there's like the algorithm is doing a certain number on that day or anything like that.
100%. So it is interesting. But I think I had more fun with EPAC and retail than hobby. I only bought 1 hobby box, I think. And I would have bought more if I think I would have got more out of it. But I just thought, you know what, I'll wait for retail, and I'm glad I did because I enjoyed retail. I enjoyed there was a few single hobby packs as well that I got some good stuff out of as well. So it was good. It was a fun experience.
I think we can definitely, as we get nearer the time as well, do an EPAC sort of thing on here for anyone who hasn't done EPAC before. Definitely give people the run through about how it works and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Definitely.
Oh yeah. We'll be doing like pack rips and stuff like that. EPAC rips, won't we? I'm sure we will do.
Yeah.
Have to.
Got to be done.
Have to. Well, I have a little three-way dance on it. See who gets the best.
Wins, yeah.
Quite fun. So leading on from AEW, obviously prices of Prism, WWE Prism, have been falling through the floor lately. Have you guys seen that?
Yep.
I have, but I've not bought any of them. I haven't actually gone out, but I've seen the price has gone down an awful lot over the last few weeks, hasn't it?
It's ridiculous. I mean, it's past the point that I ever thought it would go. I didn't think it would go much lower than 500.
500, yeah.
And I'd say that as more of UK pounds than dollars. I was very surprised when it went south, and we're now, I think over here, ATP, I think, is it 370?
370 is the cheapest I've seen it, yeah.
King of Hoops, right?
King of Hoops.
Why has it gone down, do you think? Is it because there's lack of interest, or people now just want to get rid of their stock ahead of new releases? Why do you think?
I think a bit of both of what you just said, to be honest. I think it's, other products have come out and are coming out. You've got Select very soon. And yeah, I just think interest has died. I think, when you look at some of the hobby boxes, it can be a real tough one to take. At 350 maybe, 370, whatever. A little bit easier to take, but it's still a lot of money. So yeah, I think they've both got a little part to play in it.
For me, it's twofold. Obviously, the Razzers have fucked off into the ether.
They've pumped and dumped.
they did what they did, and I understand that. Mm-hmm. But personally, I didn't like, even with that obviously elevated the price and the want for it. But if you actually look what you actually get in those boxes, there is not enough to really don't get me wrong, at some point you're going to hit something big on there. Fantastic. You've got your money back, you doubled your money, maybe tripled it. Fantastic. Well done you. But generally, if you look at what people were pulling out of there, they were getting nowhere near the money that they pumped into those boxes. So I think people obviously realize this and went, well, I'm not buying anymore. And then people who are got a shed load of boxes left are like, well, we either keep it and hopefully it goes, we sell it at some point in the future, or we try and get rid of a price that we can actually sell it for. So I think that for me is the biggest thing, is that there was not enough value in those boxes. And it's funny that, like, we between us, we speak about it, 370, like, oh, that's a good price. But really, it's not a fucking good price.
No. We've got to remember as well, the price of that, actually, the markup on it, I think the guys over on Card Foundation have actually said, like, what the actual price point is on the wholesale market. So there's still a hell of a lot of profit to be made there at 370,
Yeah. I just, for me, it's just like, I even at 370, I'm thinking to myself, all right, is that, don't get me wrong, if I bought, I would probably buy two, one to rip, one to keep, wax, and sell the wax when it goes back up, when I double, triple my money. That's what I'd do. But it's the outlay of 370. And you look at tops, and you were getting hobby boxes probably with more in it than you'd get from Prism. And they were coming out at 100 quid a pop. Yeah. Like, I still can't really justify it in my head, even though I'm thinking to myself, it's a lot cheaper than it was. There's money to be made, but I just can't just put 370 on a box and be happy about it.
No, I could easily think, well, I could spend $400 on a lot more than taking a risk on a Prism box.
Yeah. And that's the thing, you're rolling that dice, right? Every time you buy a hobby, you're rolling that dice. Yeah. And it's stacked against you to what you're going to get out of it. We all know that what was in there was a huge amount of cards. There's a huge base set, a lot of numbered cards from that. Generally, when you're opening those packs, you'd get red waves and silvers a lot of the time. They're not going for any money anymore.
Nope.
Like, even the big ones really are not going for any money anymore. So
no, we'll talk about in my purchases as well, about the red waves as well. Yeah.
Oh, lovely. Have you been? We'll talk about it later. I'm excited.
What about your blasters and stuff? Have you guys gone into the blasters, because they've come down in price now as well for the Prism? Or are they not really worth?
We'll talk about that in my purchases.
Okay, fine.
So I haven't been in the Prism Blasters, although I have seen them go down. Like you can get those from King of Hoops as well.
I mean, $29.99 sort of.
You know what I mean?
Price point.
It's not bad. You know, it's normal price, but a lot of people were buying them and not pulling anything out of it. You'd be lucky to pull out. What was the green one called? Out of 25.
Pulsar. Yeah.
Pulsar. So a lot of people were pulling those out, but that was other than the greens and the silvers, there was not a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I did open one a couple of months ago, and like you said, it was just a green and a silver, and pretty much it. I preferred the fat packs because of the red, white, and blues.
Yep,
they're just
I've had them as well.
Yeah.
I'd much when the option was put in, they were cheaper, and you got 3 red, white, and blue out of it as well. Which I much prefer. Like, I think it's color coordination wise, it goes with all the people from OTP and ATP. You know what I mean? So
there's a few good color matches in there. What
about you, Jamie?
Yeah, you know what? I've picked up none actually boxed cards. We said this before. Obviously, being the beta collector, I'm now picking up the scraps of what I actually want out of Panini Prism. So again, we'll go through on the purchases on that side of things. But yeah, no, I've not bought any. I did toy with the idea of buying a whole load of blasters. I think I said to you guys, obviously, when that price point came down to like, 400, 370, was it actually worth me spending that amount of money in blasters to actually see if it was worthwhile? Buy 10 blasters or something, But again, like both of you guys were saying, like you're probably not going to get anything of worthwhile out of that, especially if you're only going to be collecting a certain part of that set. So I haven't. I
was surprised. I was surprised how bad the retail was. I thought they would put in a few, like at least a number card in, a guaranteed number card in the blasters. But to get really nothing out of them, it's a big hit, to be honest. But hey, talking about buying cards, the London Card Show is on this weekend.
It is this weekend.
It is.
Jamie, you were going to go.
I was going to go. I live a double life, so I also do like radio presenting and things like that as another part of my hobby, really. And I got offered the chance to do my very first DJing gig. I am very, very nervous, but we'll see how we get on. But basically, this was booked. This is like ages and ages ago, and I forgot really that it was coming up this weekend. And I saw the London Card Show. I was kind of thought, oh, you know what? I'm definitely going to go with this. So he's chatting to, Tommy in the chat about, what happens down there. It's going to take some cards to get graded. Bought my ticket, and then like within 20 minutes of realising actually that I can't do this Saturday.
I did wonder, did you actually buy the ticket? But
I did. Yeah, I bought it. It was only 11 quid. Okay. So I thought, you know what? I'll go down there for the day. Mrs. S is working Saturday, so that, I'm at a bit of a loose end anyway, and then all my plans fell through. So if you guys want a ticket to the London Card Show, you're more welcome to take that ticket on my behalf. But yeah, I was going to go down to my very first card show. I thought it'd be quite a cool thing to go and do.
Yeah,
a little bit of networking, chatting to other collectors, and also take some, slabs actually to the guy doing the grading, basically.
And Tommy from ATP as well. Shout out to Tommy. We know you're listening.
Shout out to Tommy.
Shout out to Tommy. He's gone a bit mad with the amount he's getting graded. It's great. Don't get me wrong, I love it, but I think he's got like 50 cards he's getting graded.
I think he might be up to about 60 now.
Yeah, I think he's got more than that. Yeah.
I keep seeing in our chat that it's like, should I put these extra 3 in? What do you think, guys? And it's like, yeah, do it. Why not? Go on. So yeah, I mean that's pretty cool. Good friend Travis Fowler from across OTP, he's done the same thing as well with 55 cards. He's sent off to PSA. PSA are getting a lot of cards at the
backlog
minute.
Incoming.
I don't know. I hope not. I hope they haven't opened their one in New York yet, have they?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so. No, this is just a push for the national stuff now, at the minute. The cheap deal.
It'd be great when that. Hopefully, if that opens and it sorts out their backlog issues, but at some point, wouldn't they do it a bit around the world? I don't know. Just seems a bit weird that they're fencing themselves off OTP at the minute when there's a lot of obviously international. It'd be interesting to see what the split is that comes in from international wise to it being OTP.
I'd be interested to see as well whether or not they see an influx of third parties doing things on people's behalf as well. Be interesting to see how many, because guys like Tommy and stuff, like, there must be a lot of people like him putting all sorts of various cards through, Pokemon cards, football cards and everything like that,
It's like Formula One, soccer.
Yeah, Formula One, yeah, cool.
Football. So it'd be interesting to see if they ever have plans, because it only, I get it, the operation will be bigger, but at the end of the day, it may alleviate some of the stresses.
It would entice me to grade cards more if there was one, even if it was in like mainland Europe. It would, I just would prefer that. I worry about having an expensive card and it traveling all the way over to America and all the way back.
Same as me.
Yeah.
Well, you can. It's difficult, isn't it? Because how does the insurance work? Because I mean, if you're giving it to someone in order, like giving it to a company,
like
in order
consigning
to do,
it,
yeah, exactly. So they're then consigning it to PSA. PSA then send it back to the consignment people.
I think they send it back to them. Yeah.
But
I think that my worry would be is obviously your duties side of thing. Like, are you then liable for those duties, or does that come in part of their package? I really don't know how that works.
It feels like we need to get Tommy on here at some point to talk about it. To talk about it. So yes, I do think there's a lot of questions, especially ATP right now, about grading. We're going to have a talk about grading in the future anyway, because obviously we need to talk about. We've all got our views on it.
Yeah.
Very different views on it. For me, there's no wrong answer to grade or not to grade. That is the question. But yeah, no, I think that'll be a really good little session in the coming future.
So yeah, just going back to the London Card Show, just before we move away from it, I was really quite excited about actually going to the car show just to kind of see the popularity of it. I've not ever been to any car show here in the UK. It's never really been on my radar. And I just want to see the amount of people who was there and what other people collect, and maybe just come across more wrestling card collectors, or see if there's actually a load of people there that we just know already.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever been to a car show down there or not?
No, I haven't, but it's something that I definitely want to start doing. I did sort of watch a few vlogs of people at the last London Card Show, and I think there was like one table of wrestling, and then a few of the vendors had like a couple of boxes and some singles and stuff. But one guy, I think his Curly's Wrestling on Instagram, I think he was there, and his whole table was wrestling. So yeah, that looked really cool.
Is that the Welsh guy?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. I know of him.
It's got some cool cards.
Yeah. I've never been. I kind of echo what Chris was just saying there. It's just kind of, for me, if I did go, I have a feeling that the wrestling side of it would be very small. Chris is different, because Chris is obviously you're heavily into your basketball. You're into soccer
mainly, yeah.
So you've got a lot of components there that you would like. I generally not. I have got a few bits and pieces from this, that, and the other, but I don't think I would personally. I think it would be very small for the wrestling scene, and. But hey, this is why we're doing what we're doing, right? We're doing this in order to grow within the UK. People who want to come to these card shows and look for, if people are going to these card shows looking for wrestling cards and they're not there, it's going to drive the need for them to be there. So
I think as well, if anyone is going to the London Card Show and reaches out to us, just let us know, obviously, if you come across anything, or if there's anyone out there, who may not heard of, our podcast and things like that, just to connect a few more wrestling card collectors together. Because it's always nice to share people's views and sort of build that community up. And yeah, if there's any sort of wrestling cards down there, I'd love to hear what is actually down there,
Yeah, agreed.
I will say that although I'm not going, I am in a break that is happening at the card show. So yeah.
What's it for?
Yeah.
Football?
Basketball break.
Basketball break, is it?
Yeah, Prism Fast Break.
Okay.
And I've got one of the top teams as well, so I'm hoping for something good in that. The Houston Rockets.
All right, fair enough. Cool.
Not the team I support, but they've got one of the top rookies from last year.
Okay,
cool.
Yeah, you never know.
Cool. Let us know how you get on that.
Yeah, we'll do.
Yeah, no, please, everyone, pass the pod as much as you can. But obviously, if you go to the card show and you pull anything, if you get anything or pull anything, show us your monsters. We always like to have a look at your monsters, and we'll always mention them if you come to us with them. Cool. So, moving on then from that, Dave and Adams have teased potentially they are coming to the UK ?
Allegedly.
So, allegedly. So we have reached out to them, and we haven't heard anything back from them yet. But it does. There's another question mark on here. European shop ? Question mark. Which I didn't know about until.
So
yeah, go on. Sorry, Chris.
they have got they have opened it, haven't they? In Holland.
I think there's a hub or something they're doing. Yeah,
correct. Is it like a pop up or something? Yeah.
So
it looks cool.
Well, that's the thing. So what their plans are, it'd be absolutely fantastic to find out. So I think we can't really go into it much, but more news hopefully to follow in the coming weeks.
Yeah, I think the main tease was they put a picture up of Oxford Street or Leicester Square. They had like a couple of promo shots on Twitter, didn't they, or Instagram?
Yeah.
Which obviously the tease is UK one, and obviously the Netherlands side of things, wasn't that something that had been rumoured before? Is that what the conversation was about?
Well, I don't know. I've seen like actual pictures of what looks like a shop that's all set up, ready to go. I did notice that in the comments that someone had said, "Oh, were you opening a shop in London?" And they liked the comment, but then they also liked one about opening one in Switzerland. So we're none the wiser.
Right, okay.
None the wiser.
I want to watch definitely that case. Yeah. That'd be nice if they've got a shop over here.
Yeah, it'd be really cool.
I'd imagine it's just going to be pop-ups and then they'll come and go. But it'd be the thing to see with the pricing, obviously. I think that's the main concern, because are they going to be really high?
Yeah.
I'd hope not, because they're relatively, in OTP, they're obviously relatively competitive. But over here, I kind of fear for it personally. But I'm very positive. I do want them over here. And I want a place to go, like an LCS that we can go to and go.
Completely agree. Yeah, I just want some more options available to me, more variety available to me, and people not just selling the latest thing. Like Dave Adams, if I want to go in there and buy something from 2015 or 2016, I've got that option of having a look on there. Or if I want to buy in more than just one box, like it's having that more of a variety over here in the UK instead of having just one place to go to, who's the only people buying hobby boxes.
Yeah.
So anything else is cool.
Can you imagine being in London and going, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna swing by a card shop"?
I know. You imagine
it. Wicked.
Yeah. My mind will be blown.
That'd be so cool. I'm gonna go watch Cats and then go to my card shop afterwards.
Well, this is the thing. Like, obviously, when I go to London, like pop into Forbidden Planet on Leicester Square and stuff like that. That's such a cool thing. And obviously, they've only got like your Yu-Gi-Oh cards and stuff like that. But having a proper sports card shop that you could actually integrate other things into would be really quite cool.
Yeah.
It's what we need. It's what we've been asking for a long time. I think it's not just us with wrestling fans. It's everybody. It's all sports, and we don't really have one that's centre place that you can go into the shop. I think sports card trading is obviously is a shop, but
you have to book.
As far as I know, you have to book, and to be honest, if you book, I'd feel obliged that I'm going to go that distance, and I have to buy.
That's it.
You're going to go into like a Dave and Adams, hopefully, and go into the shop and have a look around. And if they've got what you want, then fantastic. If they haven't, then it's fine.
Well, I don't know what your guys' experience are, obviously buying wrestling cards over here, but when I've gone to the States and stuff, like actually going to a shop and actually holding the blast in your hands, looking at the back of the box, having a rifle through, having to think, I'm going to grab the one right at the very back because that might be the one that's got, and having a good old route through. It's something quite nice about that. Buying online only, I feel like you take away a bit of the excitement that you're just clicking. I like actually going in and rooting around what they've got. Finding the dusty one that someone's tucked away that you think, actually, I'm going to nick their one. If they've hidden it for a reason, I'm going to nick theirs.
It's all part of the experience, isn't it?
Yeah,
if you think about it, it's all part of the experience, and it's something that we just don't have over here. So I think it's exciting, but until news happens, I'm not getting too excited about it. It's just, I think they did thinking faces. I think it is a thought. We'll see. But we're going to continue to reach out to them, and hopefully we'll get some kind of press thing from them at some point, and that'd be great.
Talking about buying cars, I'm going to do a confession here, and you can both slaughter me if you want. But I have weighed plenty of packets in Sainsbury's as well for Slam Attacks and Superstars to find out which tins have got the actual relic card in them. And I did do that when they came out last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was a Slam Attacks group, and someone said, the weight will be between this and this for certain relic cards. And
cool. You
could actually then go to the fruit and vegetable and actually weigh your tins to try and find out which were the good ones. But
I think that's hilarious.
Try and justify that for the bloke weighing it out.
Yeah, like taking some scales with you like a drug dealer.
People were saying like, if you get embarrassed, just take a little scale set around with you. But I never pulled that dirt relic, but then you go.
That's so funny. But
I know that's a thing for Pokemon. Like I think they phased it out in Pokemon, but never thought about it in wrestling. I do think though, when I've bought single hobby packs before, that I've been done. Somebody like Jamie has done that to me, and found the one with the thing, and then I've just bought
if you're buying and you're an official site that buys to sell, or a reseller, right? If you buy the stuff in, you weigh it, you take out all the good stuff, and you sell on all the crap. That's what I frown upon.
Yeah,
what Jamie did.
He's just
Jamie
cards,
that's just hilarious.
I'm not being funny. I did buy pretty much everything on the shelf as well because I thought, you know what? Actually, I don't know if he's accurate. Someone might be leading me down the garden path here. Take the one at 570 grams. Winky smiley face. Okay, mate. Yeah, whatever you say. I'll take all of them. I think.
Yeah, you're obliged to buy a pack of bananas. You have to. But yeah. And to be honest, I mean, I was very skeptical at sports card trading actually when they had single packs on hobby, and I'm thinking, why have they done that?
This was the AEW, wasn't it?
Yeah. And I pulled a numbered auto card out of it, so they didn't do. They didn't do it. So they didn't do
that.
That
kind of restored my faith a little bit. So I was happy that
it did with me. I think fair play to them for doing that. I thought that is absolutely fantastic, and I think that drove a lot of people as well to go. I mean, they always sell out when they're on there.
Yeah, they've built their business up really well, haven't they?
They have.
Yeah, and but I know of obviously other other people talk about it online and on podcasts, and we know who these people are, and we're very skeptical of them going forward, and I don't think we appreciate it, do we?
No.
Really?
We are neighbourhood watch.
Yeah, exactly. It's just you just got to be wary, really, right? You just have to, and you got to look after each other as well. Yeah. That's So skipping off cards for a tiny bit. So before we go into purchases. Two unrelated card news bits that we wanted to cover. So there was a recent New Japan strategy meeting, and they are coming back in October. Doesn't say where, doesn't say when, other than October. ATP going? We're all up for this?
I am definitely up for this. Yeah. So I haven't been to a New Japan show over here. I missed when they came over for, was it 2019? They came over here last time? It was all the pandemic, wasn't it, obviously?
They came over to my gaff. They did two shows in Milton Keynes and Manchester, and then they did the Copper Box. In 2019. Right. Yes.
Yeah. So I missed those shows, but I would like to go and see a New Japan show. Obviously, going to Red Pro over the years, seeing bits and pieces of New Japan. it appeared to be nice to go to actually standalone show. So yeah, I'm well up for this. I think it's exciting news.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think we're all up for it. I think exciting times. Hopefully, it will be down south, and not Manchester way.
Let's hope.
Do you guys think this might be a bit of an intro for AEW to test the waters a little bit, have a bit of AEW talent on it to sort of entice people to maybe buy more tickets who don't just follow New Japan?
Could do, yeah.
Well, to be honest, I think, I don't know, like since pandemic time, but that Copper Box show sold itself. It was rammed, right? And it was just, there was some, obviously Rev Pro and Andy Q and AEW, New Japan have had this working relationship for years. And it was kind of always going to be that New Japan would be quite integrated into a Rev Pro show and vice versa.
Yeah.
So I get it. AEW is part of an element of that as well because of the relationships. We're always going to see it. So if they do bring it over here, again, there'll obviously be a UK presence, especially with Rev Pro. And yeah, I
think as well, just, if people weren't aware of that Raw Quest show, it was a hell of a card. It wasn't like a house show abroad. Like they had, Okada and Suzuki were in the main event for the belt. Tanahashi and Zack Sabre Jr. Like they were like some big proper stars. Good matches on there. Yeah. So it ain't going to be a half-assed show. Like if you want to get tickets for this, grab tickets for it. You won't be disappointed.
I'd be interested because I know Andy Q's always wanted to bring Maccabi over, and I think this is the time to do it. So I'm just looking forward to it. Whatever they can do, it'll be absolutely fantastic, and I'm pretty sure we'll be there.
Yeah.
So,
definitely.
and if we are there, please come up and say hello, and we'll have a drink with you. For certain.
And hopefully that'll be the point where all us ATP guys can all get together and actually see each other in person.
Yeah, that would be, honestly, it would be a great night. So looking forward to that. So we have to talk WWE, sadly. 2 reasons. One interesting and one really cool. So obviously WWE in a week or so ago, announced that they're going. Yeah, they're going to T14 instead of PG. They're not PG product anymore. What do you guys think about that? If anything,
well, is it WWE's decision or is it the network's decision? Because that's what I've heard. It's not WWE that actually wanted to do.
The rumor was that the memo had gone around.
Yeah, which kind of makes me think that they're not going to. Everyone's saying, it'll be back to, the early 2000s and stuff. I don't see it happening. I think you might get the odd swear word and a bit more blood, but that's about it.
It did make me chuckle. I saw this meme on Twitter saying it was like Kevin Owens saying, "I know you're fucking alive, Ezekiel." People say it's going to be like the glory days of the Attitude Era, but it didn't go PG for bloody donkey's years. I think it was like 2011 or 2012 we went to PG, and there's a lot of crap between that period. They seem to have pulled the plug on that. They don't seem to now be pushing so hard for TV14. I wonder if it was more a network thing, but we'll see.
I don't know. I don't know why they've done it other than I kind of mentioned it before, obviously the AEW influence of it, because AEW seems to have really cranked up the violence and it's just not as fun as it used to be. All the fun elements seem to have been lost out of AEW a bit, I would say. All of the comedy seems to be evaporating over time.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether the TV14 for WWE is a response to that.
Could be.
But how, are they flogging a horse with being in the PG era? I don't know. How much more can you get out of it? Obviously, the TV ratings have gone down year on year with WWE for many, many years. I mean, I remember not so long ago it was over 4 million a show, and now it's 2, if that.
Yeah,
sometimes 1.
I think. Yeah.
1.5. It's crazy. It's not because of AEW. It's not because of more people watching other wrestling shows. That would make you want to watch more wrestling shows. But I just don't know. It is what it is. Is it going to improve the product? Probably not. Will there be a few more dick and fart jokes? Yeah, obviously.
I can't wait to hear the Sky Sports man tell me about strobe lighting effects and language not suitable for younger viewers. That's what I'm waiting for at 1:00 in the morning.
That'd be hilarious. Or BT Sport saying, we've changed it. Also, as well, this is for Jamie, this one, because we did talk about this on the last show. So SummerSlam 92 at Box Park, Wembley, on the 22nd of August. Doors open 6 o'clock. The show starts at 7, and it's free. So they are showing SummerSlam 92 at Wembley for free.
Yeah, I saw this on Wednesday night, and I have never seen SummerSlam 92, as we said on the last episode. I thought this was a bloody cool bit of promotional material to flog this 30th anniversary Blu-ray. Literally, they're going to put the whole thing on, aren't they? Beginning to end, dark matches, the whole lot at Wembley Park for nothing. You think, what a cool thing to be doing.
I mean, personally, I'm not going to it.
No, I'm not. But it's Monday night, Saturday.
Personally, I'm not going to it, but I think it's really cool. I think it's like very exciting thing to do.
Yeah.
It wouldn't get a mention on the show if we didn't think we're all really positive about it, to be honest. So good on them. However, it's why on a Monday night? Why not on a Saturday?
Friday,
sad, really,
anything,
yeah. Yeah, exactly.
If anyone's local, I definitely think it's well worth going down there for an evening, just to watch the event on a big screen with a big crowd of people. And I did read on their press release side of it as well today that if you want to get a hold of it, they're actually going to give the Blu-ray out a week early, and you can pick up for free. And there's going to be goodie bags. There's just going to be live appearances.
Now
as well.
I would really want to go. Goodie bags.
And obviously like a live appearance and stuff. So I don't know what that will actually be, but I imagine there's going to be some Clash at the Castle type push for it being like 2 weeks later. So there's going to be people over here, aren't there? I imagine being a week out from Clash at the Castle. So I think if you're local, give it a go. But a bit further afield, that's going to be a blooming late night on a Monday.
Yeah, I mean, if you're in London, like North London, it's perfect. You know what I mean? Like, go.
Yeah.
I think they've got VIP packages for sale as well. I don't know what they are, but cool.
I think as well, it's being run, I think you guys probably heard, but a company called Hooked on Wrestling are actually doing it.
I saw the name. I don't know who they are. Are they the ones that do do they do like, not meet and greets, but
so they do a lot of the screening parties. So they do like the WrestleMania parties and the afterlight screenings and stuff. And that's like their thing. So they'll book out a pub or a venue and basically do that sort of stuff. That's so cool. They've got a good reputation. So I imagine it's going to be a good event all around, really.
Cool.
Nice.
No, honestly, up for it. If I was there, I'd be up for it. I honestly, reason we're mentioning it, get it out there. If you can go, guys, please go. That'd be so cool. So cool. Right, let's move on then to purchases of the week, Raz's, breaks and misses. So, Jamie, do you want to go first?
Yeah, okay, let's go for it. So, a bit more of a quieter week for me. Well, I say week, fortnight really. Obviously, we spoke about the Pog Maker. So the Pog Maker appeared, and you guys may have had a couple of envelopes come, which I told you not to open, which relate to the Pog Maker. So that'll be something for our live rip later. So that was my early purchase, pretty much straight after we recorded episode 2. I was straight out there picking up a Pog Maker. Real purchase this week. So I picked up a 2009 Pat McAfee card. So I think this is rookie, but it's not like a card size. I think it's a little bit bigger. But it has like a signature on it. It looks like one of these sort of, pre-printed autograph. But that's like an early Pat McAfee card. Might be one to hold. You never know if that might be a bit of the Dwayne Johnson Miami card down the line, just considering how he gets on in WWE. So, picked that up. That was like a bit of a bargain, really. So I picked up on OTP Bay. I picked up, which we'll mention as well in our big top 5 this week, but I picked up a Jeff Hardy numbered out of 5 Shocking Winds card from Chrome 2020.
Oh, nice.
So that's a colour match card. So it's like the Intercontinental title win from 2001. But he's got red hair in that, and it's like a red border, and it sort of looks quite cool. So I picked that up. That was a big purchase for me. That was $40 for me. So I could pick that up. And then just a few random bits and pieces, really. I picked up 3 more Ruby Red Waves at Peony Prism. So that's 3 more down, 182 to go. So,
who'd you get?
So I picked up MVP, Shelton Benjamin, and Dewdrop.
Oh, okay, cool.
So
there you go.
yeah, not too bad. So yeah, picked up those 3. So chipping away at that slowly but surely. And then some really random stuff. I picked up a Rebellion 2001 program for £7
cool.
on eBay. I thought that was not a bad price
Great
for an old
price,
program,
yeah.
just to sort of sit in a cupboard, sort of flick through every now and then. And I also picked up a Silver Vision catalogue from 2000.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't know if you guys remember these Mega Mail catalogues that used to come out. You used to have all the videos and all the pricing in it. So I picked that up for that was like $150 on eBay. And thought, you know what, that's quite a nice bit of nostalgia to flick through. But going through the video prices in there, obviously they had all the old WWF tapes in there, even at that point. And like they were still trying to sell like the 1992 super tapes at like £15. And I was like, who was buying tapes at that point, at that age,
No.
But again, that was quite a cool. I got it. This is obviously for audio purposes, but yeah, it was quite
yeah.
bit of nostalgia there. But pick those up. So that was my purchases. I had a few misses this week. As always with me, I always end up falling asleep or missing my auction. So I missed out on the final for my War Games PC. So the only one I need now is a Rhea Ripley, which was really like one of her rookie year autos. I missed out on a Rhea Ripley fully loaded. It sold for $44, and I missed it because I was watching A View to a Kill on Saturday night and forgot it was on. So it was due to end at like 8:45, and then I bidded on it.
Bond!
I'll tell you, he's now on my hit list. So it was ended about 8:45 Saturday night, and I thought, I'm going to put $40 on it. There was no other bids on it at that point in time. And then forgot about it, and then went to look at the end of A View to a Kill when it went for 44. So, bloody Bond in that for me.
Bloody Bond.
And then I was watching a thing all week. There's a Wednesday in Action card for Cash Wheeler. Had no bids on it. So I've watched it for ages. I should have just put a bid on it, but I missed that. It went for $5.49 on American eBay. But there you go. It was on for a 99p start. And I just didn't bid. I should have just put $10 on it and let it go. But yeah, $5.49 that went for. So not a good week on those side of things. And Razzes and breaks, I've done no Razzes or breaks. It's been quite quiet, really. I don't know if it's just because there's not much around or they're just not filling up. I noticed there was a couple of breaks that were struggling to get filled, weren't there? Really?
Yeah. So, nothing. I don't think nothing to write home about that I know of, anyway.
No. But... So a few pickups for the PC, a few misses, and a few random bits, really. So yeah, not too bad. What about you guys?
Before I go to Chris and ask Chris, can say, how did you get on? Talking of Bond, I'm going to see, because they're doing Bond at the minute at the cinema.
Are they?
So I think it's every week. It's another Bond film.
No way.
So it's all up and down the country. So next Tuesday and the Tuesday after is the Timothy Dalton Bonds, and I'm a big Timothy Dalton fan. So next Tuesdays I'll be eating a hot dog, watching some Bond action.
I did not know that. I wonder why TV were putting on, because that obviously the next ones on TV are the Timothy Dalton ones, so they're like moving through at the same pace. So I did wonder why.
Yeah, it's the anniversary year. I'm just trying to. Is it 60 years?
It will be. It will be 60. Right. Yeah, because 2012 was 50. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, 60 years. Yeah.
Nice.
So, looking forward to that. I say I'm massive. I grew up Timothy Dalton being my Bond, so he is my Bond. So I'm looking forward to that. Sorry, Chris.
So purchases wise, I'll start off with some WWF Action Packed. So it's the Series 2. They came out in 95, I think. They're the ones, they've got like a pink border. So on the left-hand side, they've got like a pink bit where it says the wrestler's name. I picked up Bret Hart, the British Bulldog, Yokozuna, Paul Bearer, and then the inserts they're called the Dirtiest Dozen, or one of the inserts are the Dirtiest Dozen. So I got Owen Hart and Luna Vachon. They're all really good condition, which is quite hard to find in these cards because they're quite thick. So they're usually a little bit dinged. I've opened quite a few of the packs of the series before. So the first series, I think, is from 94, and they're always sort of not the best condition. So yeah, paid a little bit for them, but really happy with them. And now it sent me down a rabbit hole of looking on the lookout for these ones. So as always with me. I also picked up, I spoke about it on the last episode. It was The Rock Cosmic to 149. Yep. Yeah. So at the time it was on $5. I went to bed, but before I went to bed, I just put a $20 bid on it and ended up winning it for $15. So now
nice. Well done.
Unnecessarily, that was a Yankee bet, yeah. I now unnecessarily have two of those. So yeah, we'll see what I'll do with that at some point. I also got 2 packs of Pogs. I don't think we've had a week yet where I haven't bought some Pogs. Unfortunately, they are still in transit, and we're talking almost 2 weeks. So I think the postman's had those. So yeah, I'm trying.
You don't have to disclose your sources here, but have you got a contact for them, or are you just buying from different people each time out of interest?
It is usually the same guy, but yeah.
Right. No, I just wondered. I wonder if
I've got a
Pog guy, yeah. My Pog guy.
I didn't know if he was like a dealer that you'd like become friendly with and done a special deal with every now and then. You know,
sends me 2 packs a week.
Know if you.
No, I just literally
weighing Pogs.
I'll be honest.
Get the scales.
I think I've cleared out the UK of WWF Pogs. So yeah, there's some in France. So that's my next stop. But yeah, they haven't turned up.
There's some in France.
There's some in France.
Yeah. You say that though.
You've gone into continental.
I've done the same thing though, because I don't know why it is with the French, but I bought a load of the really rare anti-motion cards from 2005, and they're like really rare, like an Italian release, and they're like pulled from the shelves. And the guy in France had like 300 packets, and I cleared them out. I was like, why have you got 300 packets of these cards? Do you know what I mean?
You've started that off with, I don't know what's going on with the French. Nobody knows what's going on with the French. Nobody ever known. Oh,
but God. Yeah, so
thanks for that, Chris.
They never turned up. So I'm still working on that one. I did also buy some single Pogs. So yeah, I'm going to try and complete the whole set.
Oh, yeah. Really? How many was there?
60.
Oh, 60,
so
yes.
Not too bad. I worked out the other day. I'm halfway, so I've got another 30 to go. So yeah,
halfway to Pog Nirvana.
Do you need any that you got in our packs that we could swap with you in order to help
I'll have to figure that out. Yeah, I might well do. I'll trade you things. Yeah, cool. I also picked up a Finest Blaster. Because I hadn't ripped any this year. I really liked the year before, so last year's.
Oh yeah, amazing.
But I wasn't overly keen on the design. So yeah, Tommy in the group said about they were up for 22 quid. So yeah, picked one of those. I haven't opened it yet. Probably going to open it tonight. Also got some supplies. So I got some penny sleeves, a couple of the storage boxes that Jamie said about on the last episode, which I managed to fill up very quickly. And I bought some rookie top loaders. So they're like normal top loader, but just says rookie on the top. So I've got 50 of those coming. We'll be putting all my rookies in there. What else do we get? Shayna Baszler to 50 green Slam Attacks Chrome, 99p. So basically, I'll pick up any Slam Attacks Chrome coloured cards for anything under sort of £3. I'll buy them. I'm slowly like collecting the whole sort of set, in whatever colours I can get. So yeah, fat pack of WWE Panini Prism. I just bought one. I saw a really good deal on it. I saw cheap price for that. I think I paid 12 for a fat pack. So 12 to 15, or sort of 10 to 15, I think is a decent price for those.
They're still quite high generally.
They are, yeah.
You know, especially over here.
And then I got a box of Revolution. So I opened that. The video's on my YouTube channel, which is Cambridge Trading Cards. And yeah, it was a David Lloyd box. Yeah. Felt a bit bad, actually.
I was like, IPC, like all of this.
So I'm just going to really quickly run off what I got in the box. So the main one was the Omos Auto to 99, which was a Sunburst. Then
nice.
I got Mandy Rose Angular to 199. Gable Stevenson, Fractal Rookie, and then a Rock and Sock Connection Groove. And then the other ones were Edge Astro, a Dolph Groove, Mandy Astro, Cora Jade Vortex, Base Gable Stevenson, and an Andre the Giant Astro, which has a fuck off print line down the whole of the left side.
No.
It looks, really bad. So it's probably a PSA one. So yeah, that was.
Could you talk to them about that? Could you reach out to Panini and
see if
you can get a swap?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Actually, I hadn't even thought of doing that, but it's really bad. Like, yeah, sometimes like if you get a little print line, I can kind of deal with it, but this is the whole way of the whole length of the card. So, but yeah, decent box. Not really many guys that I sort of PC. The Rock and Sock one was cool, and the Andre, but yeah, most of the others not too fussed about. Sorry, Dave.
All right.
And no, yeah, as Jamie said, no breaks or razzes really. Nothing's sort of caught my eye too much, wrestling wise. Anyway, I've done a couple of basketball ones, and eBay misses. I've only got one this week, which was an Undertaker, the Thank You Taker inserts from Slam Attacks Chrome. So there was a green one that I needed. So green to 50. I bid 22.50 and it went for 23.50. And that was because my kids one of my kids was crying. So yeah, missed it.
Oh no.
Yeah. He was crying.
So, are they hard to come by? I know obviously it's numbered to 50. Do they come up that often, or is that like one you haven't seen come up for ages?
So there's one on Yankee Bay that's around that price, but it's just this one was on our eBay, so it's always it's a bit nicer to get it a little bit quicker, and but they don't come up that often. And in this country on our eBay, Slam Attacks Chrome are really overpriced, so for one of these to come up at it, I think it started at 20 quid. So I was just, for 20 quid, I would have taken it all day. But yeah,
I think I'll find that with a lot of these sort of cards. We mentioned obviously the Superstar set before about the price of these parallels when they go like the greens and the blues and the oranges. Like there's greens on eBay now for like 50 quid. And you think, when I need to get 20 of them to get the whole parallel set, like I can never justify that amount of money for them.
God, no.
Like you say, 20 quid, all day I'll take one for that, just to. But yeah, but it's strange. They don't come up that often. There's only a handful of these cards pop up online, which is a bit like Lloydy said before. Like a lot of them are in kids' lunch boxes and stuff, where they're just like hoarding them, and they're never going to be out in short collectors' hands.
Gone forever.
Yeah, maybe they'll be in France in a few years' time.
The French.
Sure,
what's going on with the French? Jamie, you forgot a pivotal one that you pulled, and we haven't. So we'll circle back, right? Because I theoretically have got 3p one of ones to go through, right?
3.
So, yeah, it's been a busy week.
Have you disclosed this? I haven't seen this.
Yeah, so
I know two, but I'll know one.
We'll wait and see what Lloydy's going to drop on us.
Okay, so I have bought two things and they have come. So I'll go through that first. So the first one I got was, and I'd finished collecting Revolution. So I bought a Blonde Breaker Revolution Cubic card out of 49, which is it's a rookie card, but it's his rookie year, really. It's not his the Paninis.
Not the first.
The Prism. The Prism is his rookie card. This is rookie year. But I love it. I think it's a great little card. Got it actually. Where's the camera? There you go. Dead air. Look at it's a nice little
cool,
card.
Yeah.
I also bought, and I got this for a bit of a steal. It was like 20 odd quid. I got the let me get this right. It's Undisputed 2021, but it's the frame.
The gold frame.
The gold frame.
They're nice, those cards.
Yeah, I've got one of them.
So I got myself a Kane.
It's gotta be Kane.
It's
gotta be
Kane. So number 66 as well. Shame it's 66.
Oh.
But yeah, for 20 quid odd, you can't really complain, can you? And
cool.
I needed that for the PC as well, so I was happy with that. No Razes for me. No breaks. No real misses that I can remember that come to my head. But the only thing, and this is kind of leads in, and I'll let Jamie go first, but I'll just say I got my AEW consignment 2 with all of the big stuff
big
in.
Boys.
Right, okay, fine.
So I'll let Jamie. The honour is yours, mate. You go. You actually did pull one this week.
Okay.
So please go.
Okay, so I mentioned on the show last time that it was payday and I had a bit of a splurge. So I went out and bought 8 blasters from my supplier in Canada, who I normally buy old blasters from. So he tends to have blasters sort of from 2015, 2016, and I still need to complete those sets. And they're a good price. So I basically bought 4 of each. I bought 4 of the Road to WrestleMania 2015s and 4 of the Road to WrestleMania 2016. And they're the Walmart blasters. So these are the ones that have got a chance of Sting or Lesnar, which is a bit of the appeal that obviously you can get some nice numbered relics out of them, but ultimately it's really just to finish off that complete set. So I had quite a good mix of pulls. So I had a Bailey silver relic, numbers of 25, no cut, only single color, just a purple, shirt relic. Got a Dolph Ziggler relic in there. There was a Scott Hall of Fame ring, so just like the general relics that you would get ultimately. And in box number 4, I pulled my very first 1-of-1, and I melted. I couldn't believe I'd ever actually pull a 1-of-1. So I pulled a 1-of-1 printing plate relic of Randy Orton, and it's a lovely multicolour relic as well. Like I think there's like 3 or 4 colours in it, but I couldn't believe it. I was shaking. It's a bit like, I don't know if you guys seen Detectivist, where they try and find gold and like they do a little dance. It's literally like that moment. I was like, I could not believe I pulled a 1-of-1. So the question I might pose to you guys is, do I now try and get the rainbow? Like, is that how
I think that's how it
from
works,
1-of-1 and work backwards?
Yeah, why not? I mean, Randy's quite an expensive get as well. His stuff has definitely gone up. I'm not too sure about historical stuff. Latest stuff, I think, is quite high. So with Panini. So, but it'd be interesting to see. Have you looked on ComC yet?
No, I've not done anything with it. I guess the only doubt in my mind is that it's a printing plate 1-of-1, not the 1-of-1 relic. So, there's a little bit of difference there. But as a unique piece, I've never had a printing plate in my collection either. So that's
cool.
A nice added touch. So I think I'll probably hold on to that.
It's still it's a 1-of-1. Cool,
yeah.
It says it on. It's a 1-of-1.
I think it makes it more special that you packed it yourself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't happen very often. So,
well, it's that, and it's the relic with squared circle relics. You know what I mean? It's just it's very on brand.
Yeah, it made me laugh though. The guys obviously mentioned it on the Car Foundation pod, and they're saying obviously the week that we were talking about our top 5 relics, that following day after we put the show out, I ripped all of these and pulled a 1-of-1 relic, and the guy said honestly, it's a nice. These printing plates tend to have like a washed out image, but it's a real clear.
It's cool,
Orton.
Looks really nice.
So I'll share it on our
It is
Facebook
mad.
pool this week. But yeah, that was a really big pool. I apologise for not mentioning it in there, but yeah.
I couldn't believe you didn't mention it. I was just sitting here going, well, it's going to segue into what I'm going to be saying, but it's the biggest card you've probably ever pulled, and you're like, I forgot about it.
I was more miffed about missing Rhea Ripley, I tell you.
You're talking. You put more emphasis on the Pog Maker than the 1-of-1.
They're all 101s from that Pog Maker. Don't you forget it?
I mean, hilarious. So
but on a really quick note, again, I've mentioned about blasters, like the old blasters. You're going to get a relic and all these, and this is the second high-end relic that I pulled out of blasters within the year. So, old blasters definitely the way forward. If you can get them at a good price, there's no harm taking a risk, I think.
What was the other one?
Oh yeah,
what was the other high one you pulled?
So I pulled last October. I pulled an Alexa Bliss 2015 relic out of 10, which had the auto and a relic.
That's cool.
And I managed
on a live as well.
On a live rip on
Shit, yeah.
That was like, same thing again. I bought 8 blasters from that bloke the same sort of time as this year. But I held on to them and then just opened them up. Yeah. Nice. Live rip, and again, shaking like a leaf. But I did sell that on. I did think about holding that on, but we went on holiday this year, and actually it paid for quite a bit of our holiday.
Nice,
so
result.
But that's the gamble,
I didn't know you sold that actually.
Yeah. I didn't get as much as I wanted, but I sold it for a good price, and I was happy with what I got for it.
Good.
Good on you.
Yeah, but old blasters definitely well worth looking at, and I think you guys obviously been inspired a bit. I think you're going to reach out and maybe buy a few boxes from the same guy. So, what about you, Lloydy? Let's talk about what your stuff is.
So the story. So I went quite heavy into EPAC. So at one point, it was an evening. My wife was attempting to feed my baby, and I was sitting there and I thought, I'm not doing anything. Let's rip a pack. Why not? So I ripped one pack that evening and pulled a John Moxley Gold Mag 1-of-1 auto.
Boom.
That's a nice card.
Yeah.
It's the biggest card I'll ever pull in my life. I swapped it. I'm not going to say I kept it. I don't collect Mox. I don't PC Mox. I'm not a big fan of Mox. I did swap it out. I'll get to that in a bit. I do know that it did sell because I looked at eBay, Yankee Bay.
What's the damage?
It went for $900, $901, and then it's been relisted at $1,200, which I don't think I'll ever get that personally, especially now when the heat's gone off of it. So it's a big card. But I swapped it out for stuff that I wanted. Yeah. So I did. So obviously I'm a massive Jake fan. I found a guy on there that had the 1-of-1. So I got the Jake Roberts 1-of-1 auto gold. So I got that in the mail.
Nice.
I did also get. So I got other stuff which I swapped, and I'm not going to go through it all, but. I got the Kenny Omega printing plate for main features, and I swapped that out for Jungle Boy 1-of-1 main features black, and I eventually swapped that out for Top Guys FTR out of 5 dual dynamite auto.
That's a nice card.
Now,
well. The thing is, if you look at it, it's obviously not a 1-of-1, blah blah blah. But the price of FTR right now has gone through the roof. I did previously. I'd swapped out and got the base auto of them, and I was able to get the 5-of-5 as well. And it's so clean. It's the cleanest card I've ever seen in my life. Shame the D on the Dax just kind of goes out of the sticker. But it's a lovely card. So I had that as part of the swap. I've got loads of other bits as well. Like I got an FTR exclusive, a Jungle Boy out of 199. I got loads of other bits and pieces. I also picked up really weirdly. So about 6 months ago, I bought the Sean Spears out of 5. I think it's 3 out of 5. Auto Dynamite off a guy off Yankee Bay. And a couple of months ago, he came to me saying, I picked up the 1 of 1 black for Sean Spears auto as well. Do you want that as well? Yes, please. So I picked that up, and that came in the post as well. So theoretically, in that, I got 2 1 of 1s in the mail. It was really weird to open and know that. The printing plates are really weird as well. Like, I've not had a printing plate before, and it was very small and very, how do I put it? Dainty.
They're very smooth, aren't they? Very thin.
Yeah, very thin.
Yeah.
Like it's like you could they're like credit card almost. It's really weird.
Yeah.
It's very bizarre. But I love it, and it's great to have in the PC. I wouldn't, unless, because all I need of my Sean Spears now are the 1 of 1s. There is a main feature 1 of 1 probably out there. I know it's a reward. But I do need that, and I think if I get that would be cool, but I'm not going out of my way to get, I don't think, any more printing plates.
You're happy with what you got now?
I think they're cool, but I don't know, I just can't imagine having a whole collection of printing plates. It's a bit bizarre. Maybe I'll get a WWE one just to see what the difference is. I don't know. We'll see.
I'll do you a lend.
Come around and see my printing plate.
Just out of interest, obviously that came through ComC. Did you have to pay any duty on that, having the valuable cards? Or obviously we spoke last week, didn't we, about?
Yeah, I put on a lot of obviously, because these cards are worth probably thousands.
Yeah, so did you get a thing on it?
You know, I did. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just wondered if you did.
So it was. Yeah, it was the most expensive I've ever had to pay. It was 60 odd quid.
Okay, well, it's not too bad
but
considering.
Still good, yeah.
Considering like how much they're probably worth, like with everything that I had, it wasn't just obviously that as well. There was a lot of other bits and pieces in there. I think it was a good 50 card haul. It was half. I think it was 60 cards. I think it was half the amount that I had the other time. The other time it cost me 50. But I did put on quite a reasonable, like, this is how much it actually does cost.
Yeah.
Because if you lose it, I do want some money back from
No, of course,
it.
100%. Yeah, I totally agree.
So that was the AEW stuff, and I also got my Suzuki in the post as well. So
that is a lovely
yeah.
card. I remember you showing us that.
So I think the title of the pod this week is 1 of 1s are like buses.
It literally is.
It's literally four between the three of us.
I'm still waiting.
And Chris, I know I'm not. I'm going to try and be very nice to you, Chris. Here, I know you haven't pulled one. We are very much behind you on this.
Good, thank you.
We want sometime this year, if you can pull a 101, I'm sure you will.
Thing is, I reckon I probably opened the most packs and boxes, but yeah, just never pulled one. And the same with the printing plates. I've never held one. Never, had eyes on one, so to speak, in person. So yeah, either will do me. But yeah.
Yeah, but you got to think as well, with like the amount of boxes I've shed over the years, like to get these sets.
True,
like,
very true. Yeah,
gone through so many over the last 15
and this is your
years.
first
and
one.
This is the first. Yeah. So
it's not something that I
show.
expect to do this year, but it would be very nice if it happened.
You never know. You just don't know what's in these boxes, do you? No.
Exactly, and we're all rooting for you, mate.
I appreciate that.
It's by the end of this year, I reckon it's going to happen eventually, mate. You keep ripping, it's going to happen eventually, right?
That's it.
One of these big boys, one of these monsters are going to land in your lap.
And talk about 1 of 1s. There's a nice little package of 1 of 1s I sent to both of you guys this week. Did they arrive? Have you got a little tiny little envelope come this week or not?
So I've mine are by my side. So and they are open, and it's only because the back got ripped open when they put it from the letterbox. So I haven't looked for the Pogs. Obviously, I've got the cards in front of me, so I can see the cards. I mean, I'll go. Have you opened yours?
So mine turned up today, I got in about 10 minutes before we started this.
Okay.
I have ripped it just so that you don't hear the ripping. But yeah, I haven't actually looked at anything. All I can see is it says tops. So yeah, that's
Nice.
where I'm at.
Okay.
Well, do you want me to go through mine first? Because they're in my hand.
Yeah, I'll shed a bit of light. So you guys, I've basically had a play with the Pog Maker, and I used up all the backs of the Pog Makers that I had to make a splurge of Pogs for you guys. There is a bit of a story to them. I don't know how they're going to be for you now, but basically, the adhesive on the back of the actual Pog backs had dried up. So I had to make them, and then I've bought some PVA and then glued them together and actually made the Pogs for you. So I've done a bit of blue Peter on them.
We appreciate it.
Hope they're all right.
We do appreciate it.
But I haven't got any Pogs. You've basically got the entire Pog Maker set. I've not made any Pogs for myself.
You don't keep one?
Oh, mate.
Yeah, see how you get on with them. I enjoyed making them more than actually having them.
Okay.
It was quite cool going through my spare base cards, making Pogs, and just doing that for an hour was quite nice on a Sunday afternoon. So yeah, I like to sort of see what you guys think. And I've done it in a tiny little envelope as well to sort of replicate that Pog packet.
Yeah,
the world's
packet. It was very good. It was very good. So I'll go through and before I do, thank you, Jamie. It is appreciated.
No, it was good fun.
We do love them. We do love them. So I got 4 cards. So I got a Brie Bella. I got a Nikki Bella from WrestleMania. I got a Daniel Bryan from WrestleMania as well. And I've got some bad news for you. Bad news, Barrett. Oh, I do love. Honestly, I love Barrett, so thank you for that. It's chrome as well, lovely. I like it. I've just got out the Pogs. They're amazing. So I'm going to leave the slammer to the end. I don't know how you've done that, but it's awesome. Jesus, man, that's dedication. So the Pogs, I've got a Bianca Belair. I've got a big Scottish dude, Drew. I have a Bret the Hitman Hart, which is amazing. It's I know what the cards. So a lot of the cards I can see are from the Superstar set, which ATP, all cool, love it. I've got an Asuka. I've got a Roman Reigns. I don't know what set that one's from. What's that Roman Reigns from?
That is the Roman Reigns inserts from Superstars.
Oh, is it? I wouldn't even recognise that one. So I got Shinsuke. I got a Triple H in his Terminator outfit.
I tried to go for things you would see on Pogs. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's really cool. I have I'm going to say it, Dolph Ziggler, which obviously that's my favourite by far. Look at that. I love that photo of him. It's amazing. Thank you for that. I have a John Cena. Off his what was those ones called in the Superstar set? The silvers.
The elite.
The elite.
Elite. That was it. I have an Ortiz, a very fat Ortiz, because he's not that fat anymore. He's a skinny boy now. And the Slammer. I have to compose myself for this. It's a proper Pog Slammer, and it's RVD.
Look at that.
It's so
cool.
good.
Love it.
I love it. Thank you, mate. Honestly,
that's all right, no worries.
That means the world to me. So thank you.
I'm up.
Go on, Chris.
So what have you got in your Pog pack?
Pog pack.
And they're very generous. You've got 4 cards and 10 Pogs in that pack.
I know. It's like a mega pack.
Oh, so we got the cards are the New Day from what's this WrestleMania insert from 2016. That was when I liked the New Day the most at the start. But yeah, cool. I like them. And a Heath Topps Chrome, which I don't have. So yeah, that's 2015. I want to say. Yeah, 2015.
2015
yeah.
Chrome, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you for those, Jamie. And then the Pogs. Let's have a look. So I also have a Brett. Who else we got? Sting. That's cool. I like the Sting one. We'll post pictures of these so you guys can see as well.
Definitely, yeah.
I've got a Roman Reigns Superman punch, British Bulldog. Let's take. Oh, another Brett. The Miz. Some Scottish guy again. Drew McIntyre. Is that Finn Balor? And Bianca Belair.
Nice action Finn Balor shot.
Yeah, that's really cool. Oh, no. Wrong way.
That's
Yeah.
cool. I like that.
And a Penta. That one's really cool. I think that might be my actual favourite. It's such a cool shot anyway.
It's from the main features. Yeah.
Wicked.
I love that main features.
Oh, and then The Rock is my slammer.
Ooh.
Let's try and get it out. Wow, yeah, that's really cool. So these are actual Pog slammers.
Yeah. I remember them.
Nice. Well, thank you very much, Jamie. I really these
That's right.
these are
It's
not
only a
going
little bit of
anywhere.
fun. So we share the photos on our Facebook feed, but they're all 101 Pogs. There
There you go.
There you go. 101's never to be seen, never to be reproduced again.
How was it making
looked on
them?
the-
Was it all right?
You know what? It was actually really good. You have to put a bit of force on to get through the card. I think you were right. Like I say, I think normal paper would just shred it.
Yeah.
But being the trading cards was quite
Good shout, yeah.
Getting the Pog backs, though, I don't think I'm going to be able to make any more unless I glue them to old Pogs because the actual sheets of backs are like 20 quid. And knowing that the adhesive don't work, like there's no point in buying them. Like,
That's it.
if you're just going to glue it on anyway, you might as well just glue them onto old Pogs. But I really enjoyed making them. I'm glad you liked them. It was sort of an hour on a Sunday afternoon going through like all the old spares. So yeah, it was cool.
So cool, mate. It is so cool. I just, it's amazing that you know, all these years after Pogs and you can still go and do stuff like this.
Yeah.
We're bringing
cool,
them
man.
back.
I love it.
We're slowly bringing them back.
Everyone we speak
Loves the
to
Pogs.
about this podcast loves on this is people's favorite. I think if we run out of ideas, it's just Pogs.
Yeah.
Like, let's just get rid of the cards and just do Pogs.
Nothing but
I
Pogs.
think.
There's a market there as well. Like people, if there was an AEW Pog set or something, you know what I mean, or a throwback
Yeah.
set, I'm sure you could get someone to do these.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Massive.
That's
So before I move on to top 5, which is Chrome this week, before I forget, a quick shout out to a listener, Matt Dawkins. He purchased and received his Vince Transcendent card of out of 15. It's the green one. Just thought I don't think we're going to be calling out much with regard to our listeners and what they get and stuff like that. But if they get a monster, we're always going to mention it.
And this is a monster.
Yeah. I mean, this is one of the
So
biggest
cool,
cards that you can get. Yeah, I don't like because it's out of 15 as well. That makes no difference to me. It could be, well, if it's 1-on-1 maybe, but the fact of the matter is, it's Vince. That's a big card.
Yeah.
So good on you, Matt. Well done.
Nice
Keep
one,
it going. He's now G'd up to what else he can get of the McMahon family. I did say to him, does that incorporate all the people that Vince has just paid money to as well? So allegedly. Fun and games.
It's now time for the Top 5 and Mega 5 list. This week, it's Top 5 Chrome Cards.
So let's move on to probably my favourite part of the show. Top 5 Chrome this week. What is our favourite Chrome? This is the question that we have posed to ourselves. So if you guys are unfamiliar with this, we do a top 5. We do our own top 5 on a question. So the question this week is, what is our favourite Chrome? We go through our top 5, and at the end of that, we discuss our consolidated top
Mega
5. We call it the Mega 5. So, Jamie, you're up first this week. What's your favourite Chrome?
Okay. I'm glad we do this every 2 weeks as well, because this is a blooming hard thing to try and do every week, and it's hard to sort of rack your brain. So I do enjoy diving through. So these are just my top 5, not individual cards, maybe sort of parts of sets as well that they've put out over the years. So starting from 5, the 1999 Comic Images Chromium cards. They're getting a lot of pace over the last few years. They're sort of like the first ever Chrome set that we had, really. There's a lot of nice images on there, lots of different funky colour backgrounds. And we know that obviously people put on the Facebook page as well, like picking some of their favourite cards from this set as well. Just because I PC the Hardys, my favourite card from this set is the Hardys. It's basically one of the Hardys rookies cards, ultimately. With them and Michael Hayes, and that's quite a cool card. But there's lots of cool images on there, really vibrancy. And number 5, those sets basically. Number 4, Chrome 2006, another set that seems to be picking up an awful lot of pace. It was a first Topps Chrome set. A lot of big names in there. You got the legends in there. You got the Rock, Scott Cards, Cena, Hogan. Yeah. So lots of people in there. The super.
So when I think of that card, sorry to interrupt. When I think of that set, I actually think of Hogan.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of Hogan's best cards ever, personally.
There's some really nice cards in that set as well, like the legends in there as well. Like, it's really strange with these top sets. You kind of go through the years and you sort of see who's sort of the hot topic and sort of legends that they really quite like. Like, they went for a phase of doing loads of Hillbilly Jim cards and loads of like Iron Sheik and stuff. And then you don't see no cards from these people from ages. But 06 seems to have that nice spectrum of people you were familiar with and people you don't really see now. There's like Terry Funk in there and stuff, I think, as well. So, Chrome 2006 is definitely a set which is going to be on there. But a card I picked from that is the Superfractors, so the 101s. They've got like a gold checkerboard, and the Ric Flair in that set is a colour match as well, sort of like the gold, the robe, and sort of, Ric Flair, what he looks like and stuff. But the 101 is cracking, and that recently just sold an OTP bay. So, I'm going to put the Ric Flair Superfractor from 2006 in that top 5. I'm going to put in the purchase from this week as number 3. The Jeff Hardy out of 5 colour match, red hair, red border, just because I'm, Jeff Hardy collector and Hardy's collector, so that's going in there. Number 2, this is an insert set from Chrome. This came from Chrome 2020, and is the In Your House die cuts, and these are sort of when they were doing quite a few die cuts over the last couple of years, weren't they? The In Your House set is a really nice set to get hold of. Again, I'm picking them up through ComC. As the prices go down, you can probably pick them up for a couple of dollars. I've picked up some of the parallels over the last few months as well for quite a good price. But my favourite image on that is the Kane and Taker from In Your House. A picture of Kane staring down Undertaker, which is a really nice image. So I'm going to put that as the card, but the set itself In Your House is number 2. And my number 1, something I'm still trying to collect to this day, from Chrome 2015 Topps. So I'm going after all the atomic refractors, or cracked dice as people call it, but it's the atomics. And they were only in retail packs from Walmart, and they were sort of the fat packs. And you got basically 4 per pack. So they're quite a hard set to complete. And in this set, you've got big names in there, and one of them is Alexa Bliss's rookie card. Now, I think this is obviously her rookie set anyway, but the atomic card in this I'm going to put on there as my number 1 Chrome card. A really high price, slabbed raw, still going for like hundreds of dollars. Even like the non-parallel Alexa Blisses are going for a high price. So that's my number 1 Chrome card, regardless of other things over the years, really.
Lovely.
That's a big card.
Good choices there, mate. Good choices. Chris.
Right. So, coming in at number 5, I have gone for Cody Rhodes rookie X-Fractor from Heritage 2008. I've put it at number 5 because I think it has the potential to be a big card. I think going forward, seeing how we expect WWE to sort of push him to the moon almost, I think I've already started to see the price of this one go up. And I just think it would be a good one to go after now. And I think it's a cool card. I have it, but only as a base card. I don't have the X Factor, which looks really nice. So I've gone for that at number 5. Number 4, it's again another rookie card. I have chosen the Kurt Angle rookie card from the No Mercy set from the year 2000. Do you know the one? It's the one where he's giving Taz the belly to back suplex.
That's on the Royal Rumble 2000,
Yeah,
isn't it?
that's
sort
it.
of on that roadway, isn't it?
Yeah, one of my favourite pay-per-views.
It's my first
Favourite
pay-per-view,
arena.
actually.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my first ever pay-per-view, yeah.
I think they had it on Channel 4 back in the day. They
It was
aired that
Channel
one,
4.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so same again, the really cool pay-per-view, cool image. When I first got back into cards, like wrestling cards, big time, sort of summer 2020, it was one of the first ones that I picked up. So I've got a couple of these now. And it's actually a cool story. I bought a random lot of cards, and this wasn't one of the Kurt Angles wasn't pictured. So then they just put in two of them. So I ended up getting, I probably paid like a $5 for two of them.
That's
so
really cool.
yeah, I was pleased with that. I wasn't sure. I don't know if you guys know with Kurt Angle like rookie cards, if this is his actual rookie card or if he's got an Olympic one. But yeah, not too sure on that one.
Pretty sure he has an Olympic one.
Yeah, there's an early one, and I think this is the wrestling card for Angle to try and a lot of people are going for this.
Yeah.
Now there is a Raw deal card for Angle, which I think came out later on in the year. But speaking to Tony Vella, obviously he's the sort of Raw deal guru.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of, I think it's one that slipped on the radar, but this is the true Kurt Angle rookie.
Okay.
I think this is one that people will go for.
Yeah.
But No Mercy set is a nice set, actually.
It's really cool,
a good shout putting this in there.
Yeah.
I was surprised you didn't have that on, Jamie, to be honest.
Yeah.
I was surprised you didn't have that No Mercy set on.
And it's the No Mercy set. As I said, I bought this lot a couple of years ago, and I got a hell of a lot of the set for really next to nothing. And back then I was still not using top loaders and things like that. I was just using binders. So I've got this whole binder that's just full of all these cards. But yeah, so that's at number 4. Number 3 is from 2015 Topps Chrome. It is the Hulk Hogan shirt rip picture. I like the refractor version of it because obviously with refractors, when you shine them, you can see the gold in there. It looks really nice in certain lights. Again, I've only got this card in the base. I haven't actually got the refractor myself. I prefer it to there is an auto version of the same picture. I prefer the non-auto version just because with the auto, it's in a big white box, and the white box sort of covers up half of the image. So it just looks, I don't know, I just prefer the refractor.
I think with that Chrome 2015 as well, like those are the cards that are the big cards in that set now. I'm working, I've got like 6 cards left to get of that Atomic base set.
Yeah.
And I've got nothing but the big ones. So you got your Hogan, Alexa Bliss, Warrior, and they're all like multiple $100 cards. So that's definitely a good card to be put in that list as well, Chris.
Number 2, I have gone for, I spoke about it earlier in my eBay misses. So the Thank You Taker Slam Attacks Chrome in inserts, but specifically the black to 10 color match. So I pulled one of these in my first ever Topps Chrome Slam Attacks box opening, which you can watch back on YouTube. It just looks insane. So it's the one I have. He's got the purple glove, the white mask, and then it's the black border. Obviously, his outfit is black, but yeah, all of the images from that set look really nice in the black. So yeah, it's probably my favorite card that I've ever personally pulled. You don't see it, obviously, you don't see it about very often. So it's quite a big card to have, and it looks wicked. So and then number 1 is the same as Jamie. So it's the Alexa Bliss Topps Chrome 2015, kind of all of the variations, but specifically, I suppose, the autograph Superfractor, which I don't know, you guys have probably seen kicking about.
Yeah. Another monster card again.
Monster card,
on eBay
that's it. I don't think it will sell for the price that the guys got it at, but maybe, you put it in auction, golden or someone, I think it would go for a lot. But as JB said, kind of any of the refractors, whatever. It's just a cool card. I love it. But yeah, that's my top 5. What about you, Dave?
Yeah, another nice mix there.
Thank you.
So, Lloydy, your top 5.
So, there's some crossover, but I have swung for the fences on one of them. I tell you that now. Number 5, I didn't want to put as number 5. I didn't want it on my list, but it's just because everyone wants this card.
Okay.
So it's the Chrome NWO John Cena Slam Attack 2021.
There's a lot of people wanting this card, isn't there? A lot of people.
Base and parallels.
I've got a few of these.
The non-Chrome version as well. Everyone from OTP wants this because obviously they can't regularly get it. So I hesitated to put it on my list, but the sheer fact that everyone wants it into their PC, even those people that really don't even like Cena, that I've seen them try to claw their way to it as well. Across to everyone from OTP, really.
I grabbed it, and I don't even like John Cena at all. It's just a card that everyone was getting. I jumped on the board and bought one.
I pulled one of these. I pulled the gold.
Oh, did you?
Oh,
the 99.
Yeah.
No,
nice.
That's
nice work.
I got a gold as well for Travis.
Yeah, the one
and thank you very much, Christopher, for sorting that one out. I do think it's supposed to be yellow, isn't it?
It is meant to be yellow, but it is gold.
Yeah,
that's it.
It is gold, and it looks lovely. I honestly, I'm debating whether or not to get one myself. Because I do like it. Not too sure about the green.
So I've got the gold, the green, the speckle, and the standard refractor.
Yeah, the speckle looks nice. I didn't know. Not sure about the green.
Yeah,
obviously. Go on, sorry.
Now, we'll debate this a little bit. I'm going to put in my views about Chrome 2021, but yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Oh, go on.
No, we'll do it in the big debate. We'll let you do your top 5 first.
Okay. So, number 4, Hulk Hogan Auto, Chrome 2015. Unlike Chris, I like it because I get it what you mean about the whiting on it's quite a big, but the thing is Hogan's got a big old signature. And for me, it looks perfect. I think the only thing that kind of drags it down with me is that they're obviously they've done the same picture on Transcendent as well in 2020. But the 2015 is a lot better card in my view, and I just think it kind of it gets dragged down because there's another card of it. And which is a lesser card in my view. So, but I love it. I think it's great. I do love Hogan. I need to get more in my PC of Hogan. Yeah, definitely something over the next 6 months I'm going to look into. Number 3 is an absolute monster. It is probably one of the biggest cards. And shout out to Kim Ring Cook. I don't even know if she's listening. But this is the first time on our list for 3 weeks that Roman Reigns has actually made it onto a list. How crazy is that? Hoo-ah. So 2014, so his rookie cup year, Chrome Auto Super Fractor. So that definitely does exist, and it exists as a Gem Mint 10 from PSA. It is probably one of the most expensive cards I'd imagine out there.
And a nice big RR on it as well, like a really large one, not squash up or anything. So a nice early.
I think it's estimated like 50k or something like that. It's just it's ridiculous. You can't get better than it. You know what I mean?
No.
So that is a big one. Obviously, it's not something I'll have in my PC at any time soon.
No, me neither.
Why not? So number 2 is no brainer. I've got a feeling where she's going to be on the list at the in our Mega 5. that young lady, Alexa Bliss, 2015. I have put base parallels, numbered parallels, and auto numbered parallels.
You have covered everything there.
I have, and I've just set off my Alexa by saying Alexa.
Oh no!
So I could hear her downstairs griping at me. Sorry, Alexa. So yeah, I thought I obviously I saw your list beforehand. She was going to be on there. I do have the base of this as well. I know my mate Travis got the Atomic recently as well, and that was
don't tell me that.
So yeah, I think he got it quite cheap as well. Actually,
Yeah, probably. I was trying to bid on it, and he stuck it when I fell asleep one night. Probably the one I put $80 on, and he snuck it for 92 or something.
It's one of those cards that is just we're going to talk about rookies at some point, right? Yeah. And for me, there's not a lot of money in all people's rookies. There's a lot of people that probably on your top of your mind that you're like, yeah, those are the most expensive rookies.
Yeah,
Alexa Bliss will always be in that top percent because her stuff sells.
Yeah,
like
popularity.
Wildfire. Yeah. And it's the one. If I think of a recent rookie card that is always going to make money, that is going to go up in price over the next couple of years, and that's just Alexa Bliss.
Yeah,
even though she's doing fuck all on that show right now, absolutely nothing. She's I don't know, injuries or lack of storyline.
They've got nothing for her.
They've got literally nothing for her. They haven't developed her character at all.
But 24/7 championship on Monday. What are you on about, lads?
You know what I mean? I think everyone did, didn't they? Spoilers if you haven't seen it. But fuck it, it's Monday. But at the end of the day, I think we've all said enough about that card. I'm pretty sure I know where it's going to be on the Mega 5, to be honest. But my number one, and it's a personal choice, I haven't seen it in the wild. I know it exists. And that's the Booker T 5-timers club, 5 out of 5. And it's either the base or the auto. I don't care. It's amazing.
An eBay 1 of 1.
5-time.
A 5-time. It is literally the 5-time.
I hadn't ever thought
that is a really good concept. I didn't even think of that.
And I've been looking for it since Chrome 21 came out. I haven't found it. I found the 3 of 5 auto version of it.
Not saying that, is it?
And yeah, and I will put on for the auto, not necessarily the base. If someone has got the auto version of it, I will put up a $555 reward for someone to find it and get in my PC.
Perfect.
And please, guys, if you're listening to this, I don't want a load of messages saying I've got a Booker T out of 99. I don't PC Booker T. It's just this card is the fucking awesome. Yeah. It's 5-time.
Does Booker T put 5-time on his auto still as well?
I don't know. Like if he hasn't put 5-time on that card, then there is no justice in this world, right?
Agree.
If I had it, I'd take it to For the Love of Wrestling and say to Booker T, can you just add a ×5 on the end of this sticker? Just to finish off. Here's a blue Sharpie for it and all.
Yeah. For me, it's the only card that I actually want in my PC that I'm actively searching for. Everything in my PC, I'm like, oh, what about this? What about that? I don't really think too much into it, and I stumble across a lot. But that card alone is everything to me. So if you do have it and you want it to go to a good home and are willing to receive money, quite a lot of money from your boy, bring it to me.
Help a brother out.
I want it. Help a brother out. I obviously I'm looking for the base as well. That won't be $555, but the base I will give money towards it, obviously, and please just bring it to me if you can find it. So that's really my cool. Number uno. So
here we go.
Now we know. So if we're talking Mega 5. I only want one on the Mega 5 that I can think of, right?
Before we do the Mega 5, got to have the countdown music, ain't we?
Oh, God, yeah.
Here we go. Right, you ready?
And before we go into this as well, I only had one listener suggestion, and that was from Michael Wells, who loved the HBK on the SmackDown comic images. So shout out for you, Michael, and it's a really cool card.
I did notice, on that HBK card on the back, it's Commissioner Shawn Michaels. I wonder how many Commissioner Michaels there is. But
good shout.
Never know.
That's a very good shout. Go on,
Mega Fire.
Right, are you ready? 30 seconds.
Go on
now. Right, we're back. That's 30 seconds. There you go. Right. So did we have a bit of time to think? So we're not going to spoil number one. I think let's do the hard bit. Let's work from 5 to 2.
I only want one.
What's the
and
one
that's
that
number
you
5, and that's for my Booker T
there,
card. 5 time at number 5.
Number 5.
That's the only one I want, guys. Please just give that to me.
Should we put Booker T? I think Booker T's got to be high. I think if we that 5-5-5-5 card, we'll put that somewhere then on there.
It needs to go at 5, surely.
It's 5.
It's got to go at 5.
Booker T, all 5s, fine, deal.
All 5s. That's
sorted.
Okay. Then 4, 3, and 2. I don't really mind. I think we've got.
Okay.
I would say it's difficult because we've got sets and we've got cards, right?
Yeah.
So
let's do the John Cena card. I'm going to put in why I don't really like that card and that set. Basically, if you guys have never noticed it, all the cards are printed badly. Someone at Topps has not done their Photoshop properly, and they're all missing a background layer. So it's just a checkerboard pattern on the back and front where they've just left a transparency.
Yeah.
And I think they look really ugly and really messy. They look like they've been rushed out. So, okay, lots of people want the Slam Attacks card, but I don't like the images on any of these Slam Attacks for that reason. But I think it needs to be on the list.
Do you mean just the normal Slam Attacks, or you mean the Slam Attacks
so the Slam Attacks Chrome and Slam Attacks, if you look at them, there's a black and white checkerboard where it's basically a transparency, where they've just not closed the layers down on the images.
Okay.
And it just, if you look at the back, it's really clear. Like there should be a pattern there, and there isn't ultimately.
Yeah. I think I know what you mean. Yeah.
But do you want it still on the Mega 5?
I think it's got to be on there for popularity, hasn't it?
Wow. I mean, we can stick it at 4.
What have you got? Anything you prefer to have it for?
I was going to say potentially Chrome 1999.
SmackDown, the whole set.
Yeah, at either at 3 or 4, because it's just such a legendary set. It's
was the first Chrome official Chrome set we had. Lots of people are going after it now. There's a lot of cool images. I'm happy to have that.
I think even just for the fact that it was sort of the first wrestling Chrome set itself, I think it deserves to be on there somewhere.
As wax, single cards, it's cheap, but as wax, you're looking at quite a hefty sum.
And the other thing as well, so it was a SmackDown set originally with autos in packets. There's no redemption. It was actually cards in packets. And they had so many autos left, they actually then put them in the Chrome set afterwards. So even if you get a box of Chrome, you'll still get the same autos. And the Hardy's Auto Rookie is in that Chrome set as well, which is something that's well worth looking at. So, okay, do you want to put that as like number 3 then?
So we're going Booker T 5 time, and then we've got John Cena, and then we've got Chromium,
the SmackDown Chromium.
And we know what number 1's going to be.
So Alexa Bliss is going to be number 1, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I mean, and I think all iterations
of 2015,
not just
fine.
anything of that card.
Fine. Okay,
but it's what's the number 2?
I think Chrome 2006 as a set needs to be on there, number 2.
I'd agree with that. I mean, those cards for me, especially the Hogan card, is just it's hard not to have that not on the actual set. You know what I mean? Actually on the list at all.
That's it.
Chris, what are you thinking?
Yeah, either the 2006, because as Jamie says, they were really, really cool set. Or the only other one I'm potentially thinking, again, it's Hogan. The Hogan 2015, maybe. But
do we do the 2015? Oh, this is really tough, isn't it?
It appeared on mine and Dave's, but then
2015. Well, do we do the 2015 as number one as a set?
Yeah, the whole set. Yeah, I think.
And then Alexa Bliss is number 2 as a standalone card from 2015. All parallels.
I'd say Alexa Bliss has to be number 1. It's been number 1 on 2 of our lists.
Yeah.
So what I suggest, I think this is good. I think let's get John Cena out the fucking list because I don't want him on there. You've got a problem with
you don't want to see him, do you?
You know what I mean?
Dave doesn't want it on there, and none of us put it on there. So
I only put it on there because the demand.
It's popular.
It's popular.
A popular card.
It needs to be spoken about. So I'm happy to have 5-time Booker T at number 5.
Yep.
Number 4, Chromium.
4 Chromium, yeah.
3 and 2. It's 2006 versus 2015.
Ooh.
I think 2006 at
I reckon,
3.
Okay. 2015
at 2, which will include the
2,
Hogan,
and then
Alexa Bliss on her own as part of the 2015 set, all base parallel the whole lot. Yeah,
everything. Yeah, I think so.
That thing covers everything then, doesn't it? I think we're sitting on the fence well and truly, but it's the easiest way to do it ultimately, isn't it?
Yeah,
with such a wide subject.
Yeah, it's just I'm just thinking if we have 2015, does that not include then Alexa Bliss? You know what I mean?
I think it's a standalone thing on her own right. Like she goes for more than the whole rest of that set does ultimately. But like you say, there's a Hogan auto in there.
That's true.
You've got the early Roman Reigns autos in there and stuff again. Yeah. And there's a lot of other rookies in that, class as well. So let's stick with that. I'm quite happy with that. I think and again we'll put it on the Facebook feed if anyone wants to disagree or put in their own 2 cents. I know people last week the relics were surprised.
And they were not.
How did you miss this one?
Complaints.
And stuff. Yeah, so we are. This is obviously our opinion, and we're only having 30 seconds ultimately to make our mind up on our list. So happy to talk more cards online, and we'll always bring these things up in future episodes. And again, and our best of at Christmas, we're gonna go back through these again and sort of see if we're wrong or wrong.
Revisit a few. Yeah, that's it.
So
and fuck John Cena.
If it comes over Comic-Con in Wales, I want you to go to his face and say, fuck you and your slam attacks.
Fuck you. We forgot about that as well. He is over. He is over. He is over. That's a segue. He is coming over to the UK, to Wales actually,
Comic-Con,
to do Wales Comic-Con. So I think it's like 180.
Yeah, for a photo or an auto, same price for both. Yeah.
Which I think that's a bit sucks, man. Because if
it's a bit much.
Well, I think I've always thought that that's a bit weird. Like, why, like the same price? Like, if you're gonna have a photo, have the auto at half price, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like,
I will probably never. If I'm meeting him, I would only have a photo, and I would just get an auto promo photo off eBay to go alongside the photo. I don't need John Cena doing a little star on a promo he's got printed out on his table. Do you know what I mean? Like.
180 quid for a little star.
The photo is more.
I just don't think it's right. Like I would get him to sign a card, you know what I mean, and then I'd seal that card up in a, and it would be that I would never sell it. It would be mine, and I'd be like, I've got the, signed. But it's crazy, absolutely crazy. These prices sometimes you just can't justify them, sadly.
So there we go, our top 5.
So
Mega 5 complete for another week.
I tell you what, I found this harder. That Chrome as because there's so much, but I do find that there's probably a lot of bad stuff in there as well, but there's also a lot of good stuff, and it was like trying to shift through it all to try and figure out what I actually wanted to put on this. I did find it really challenging, mate. Really challenging. So thank you, Jamie.
I found the relics a little bit more challenging than this.
Really?
I don't know why. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Perhaps that's just because my knowledge of relics was less, so I looked at so many that maybe that's why.
So do we make the next one a bit more simpler then? Do we just pick top 5 from a single set? Should we do it that way around? Since we've brought up so many sets this time around, do we pick our top 5 from that
just
one
a
set?
set?
I don't know. I was going to suggest something a bit off the wall. This something complete, because we keep on doing favourites.
Can't do top 5 Pogs,
right?
Lloydy.
And top 5. I was going to suggest the top 5 worst cards.
I'm happy to do that.
Sure.
Like images on a card.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
I've got some.
Which suck? What sucks? What is your top 5 suckers?
Wacky World of Wrestling. That was
Oh, the Irish stuff.
What's he had for his dinner?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, awful. Anyway, we'll talk about that.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Oh, dear.
So is that the top 5 worst
Top 5
cards of all time?
images, yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Shittest images.
Oh dear.
There you go. That was an easy one. So let's skip over now to our big topic. I think we kind of have 2 this week actually. So we're going to split them up. The first one is I think really Chris more so is going to spearhead this one this week.
Okay. So it is buying cards from America and shipping them to the UK or wherever you are. Is it something that you guys do, or are you both more just strictly UK?
I do buy from the US. I tend to buy from eBay quite a bit. That's my main source of buying stuff. And then I'll get my stuff shipped, to my dad, and he sort of sends it to me once.
See, that's where you have the luxury of having family there, and Dave, you have kind of the luxury of having friends, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, friend there.
Friend.
OTP. So
Thank you, Travis. I do. I'm not against doing what you do, Chris. We're going to get into that. I'm not against it. I just haven't pulled the trigger.
And likewise, I feel a bit guilty relying on having my mail sent to my dad, especially when he says there's 30 packages here that needs to be boxed up. I think this is a really good valid point for me, Chris, as well, to hear about this.
So, I mean, when I first, as I said earlier, when I got into cards sort of big time, rather than just buying, packs in Sainsbury's or whatever and things like that, I kind of was like, I want to buy all these cards, but they're all in America, and I'm not paying import charges every single time, and I'm not paying the shipping every time. And then I started to talk to people within the hobby, and they put me onto a website which is called ShipMyCards. So they're based in Arizona. They've got 2 bases, so one in Arizona and one in Oregon. I'll explain that bit in a minute. But basically, ShipMyCards is free to sign up, so there's no membership, so to speak. So there are other ones out there where you have a membership, you pay every month. This doesn't work like that. So basically, you sign up for an account, they'll give you the address to send things to. You put that in your eBay, so you save it as one of your addresses, and then this is very key. Before you buy anything, you change your primary address to the US address, because if you don't, they'll invoice you to the UK and they'll put all the import, they'll put all the shipping taxes on there. And the only way to get around that is to redo the whole thing, which I've had to do once. So it can be a bit of a pain. So just make sure that your address is set to that American one instead of your normal sort of English whatever one. So
is that billing and shipping then?
Yes, yeah. yeah, I mean, all I do on mine is you go settings, make primary address, and Bob's
It's
your
a lot
uncle.
easier on the eBay app
So
as well,
I don't
isn't
have
it?
to change.
Compared to the website, it's a pain
That's
in the
it.
ass.
That's what I do
The
it
app
on,
is
yeah.
like one or
That's
two
it.
clicks, and you can just swap back and forth, can't you?
It's 2 clicks. Yeah, 2 clicks. So yeah. So with my one, obviously, as I said, there's no monthly fee, but you do get charged per item that you send there. So, single card is $1, 2 cards is $2, and a lot of cards, so they class that as something they can hold in one hand. That's $5. So yeah, don't send gooses.
A goose of cards.
So, like, for instance, P-Bear sent me a whole box of Revolution, but it had already been ripped, so it was $5 just to store it. So obviously they need to make their money. They need to get, a reason to do it. And I think it's reasonable if you're going to buy things like mega boxes, retail mega boxes in basketball, for instance. You will get charged $10 just to store those. So something you do have to think about with the larger ones. If you buy a case, just make sure you ask them first. Don't just send a case there.
Yeah.
I haven't done that either, by the way.
Not yet, mate. Soon, maybe.
I thought about it. So yeah, one of the benefits I say from the monthly subscription, say there's a month where I don't buy any cards in America, I'm not paying anything, If you were on a subscription thing, you kind of feel obliged that, I've got to buy at least something to make it worth my while. So, and again, but if I know certain people that use other ones because they buy so much that the $10-15 a month fee is way less than, paying per card. So you've got to use your brain and think about how much you're buying and which one of these options would work better for you. And yeah, as I said, like, I have months where I don't buy anything in America, so that one seemed to work for me. I've been doing it a couple of years now, and I've never had a problem. What else?
So when you mail these cards, do you just put Chris and then the address, or do you have to put the name of the person as well? How does that work? How do they know it's yours?
No. So you have like a username. So it'll be ShipMyCards CO, and like my username's like Chris, whatever. And then you just have their address. Nice. So then when they get it there, they just look at the username and put it in your box. Cool. I mean, I think I mentioned on the first episode that I'd had 2 packages from P-Bear again, and I'd had the second one turn up before the first one. But I knew it obviously wasn't P-Bear because he'd given me all the tracking info. So I knew that they'd had it. And what it was part of the label or whatever had peeled off. And yeah, so they had the package, but just wasn't sure on whose it was. So I just had to explain what cards they were. 2 minutes later, it's been found and it's all good. So yeah, a couple of other benefits from ShipMyCards, for instance, they have an online store. So at one point over here, we were really struggling for top loaders. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yeah, during the pandemic, nightmare.
Gold dust, yeah, that's it. Whereas these guys had them, so I was shipping over all these top loaders, which wasn't the smartest idea because obviously they're heavy. But at the time, I just couldn't get them. So yeah, they do supplies, they do lots of boxes. They don't do much wrestling. So at the moment, all they've got is some Prism. They have done Topps Chrome and Finest and things. So, a little bit of wrestling on there. And yeah, so the last thing, I guess, is shipping it home to yourself. So when it comes to that, I've heard you guys talk and I've heard and read what other people have said, and it's kind of contradictory. So I don't necessarily know who's right and who's wrong and whatever.
Oh, we'd be wrong.
So
don't listen to us.
The person that I've heard it from is the guy who runs the whole operation, ShipMyCards. So he basically says that it's your discretion what import tax you want to put on. as long as you're insured. So, I'm insuring $1,000 box, but I'm putting the import tax very low so that I don't get import charges.
Yeah.
Obviously, I am a risk taker at the best of times. So
and it's illegal.
That's a risk that I take.
Illegal.
There you go.
No,
So don't do it.
No, it's completely true. Yeah.
But if you get stung on this, you will have to pay the import charges.
Yeah.
I think you just have to weigh up the risk, don't you? Ultimately, a little bit. Like
that's it.
That's just what it comes down to. Really, if you've got a load of cards which are not worth a lot of money, get him to declare what it is. As long as you've got you're insured one way or the other from the postage he's paid for.
For the actual value. Yeah, that's it. So, as I said, I don't condone it, and he certainly doesn't condone putting whatever on import. But
these must.
So far, so good.
Exactly the same here. Yeah.
So but I ship domestically, so I ship from eBay. Most websites it works for, Breaks, Razzes, that sort of thing, Whatnot.
Nice.
I use Whatnot quite a bit, and I just get everything shipped there. And they also do grading, so they'll say you buy a card off eBay, looks good, you think, right, I'm going to send it to PSA, rather than shipping it home and then shipping it all the way back to get it graded. You can get it consigned to get graded as well.
That's pretty cool.
I haven't done it yet, but it is something that, again, like the whole grading side of cards is something that I want to get involved with. Just not really had the money, I guess. I've just bought a house, so yeah. Money's gone to other things, but yeah, definitely something that a lot of people do and a lot of people use it for. Again, if you have a card there and you want to sell it on American eBay, which, like for myself, selling basketball cards, basketball cards basically have no value in the UK, or not nearly as much as in America. So you buy a card at a good price, or you win it on Whatnot, whatever. You can then choose to just ship that one card domestically within the US, and you've bought a card and sold a card and never actually held it. So lots of different things you can do on there, and all very, very well done. It's well run.
Do you think you've saved an awful lot of money doing it that way as well? Like, instead of using eBay's global and all that?
Thousands.
Really? Okay.
Yep, thousands. Just because, when you look at import charges per item and shipping per item, because I did do it, I think, a couple of times. I bought a couple of NBA boxes and I was like, I can't keep doing this. This is too expensive. So
that's
saved
why
me a hell of a lot.
I haven't done it, is because I don't generally rip boxes. I don't get wax generally. And I think if I went down that alley, of course I'd be doing similar to what you're doing, or exactly what you're doing. But because a lot of mine is just singles. But
at the moment, my inventory, I looked last night and it is all singles, just from where I've been buying them on Whatnot and stuff. But
this is, I guess, a bit like me with ComC, though. Like, I'm doing the same as you are. The only benefit with ComC is that they don't charge you. They just hold it in your inventory until you decide to ship. But then you got to wait a bloody long time for your stuff to actually turn up, haven't you?
Whereas ShipMyCards, I will request on the Friday. Generally, they'll have it ready by the Monday, and it will be with me by Wednesday.
That's amazing.
That's mad. That's so really quick.
And it's always been a good service. So
I'm going to look at that, because I've actually never even been on their website. So I'm going to check that out, Chris. Thank you.
No worries.
I might. I'm just not in that headspace yet. I just if I go down that alley, I fear for myself. But I tell you what, though, it's I'm a big supporter of it, and at the end of the day, any listener out there, and I think if you've got any questions, queries, I think Chris is your man.
More than happy to help.
Exactly.
You can also use things to your advantage. So, for instance, I think I've mentioned it before, I support Southampton football team. In this country, there are supporters, believe it or not. But in America, there's literally no. Yeah, there's one, and he's not buying cards.
Who moved
so
from Southampton to
I've
America?
been picking up. Yeah, that's it. But yeah, I've been picking up cards that in this country will sell for decent money, but in America they're 99 cents, $2, that sort of thing. So you can kind of use it to your advantage a little bit as well.
We kind of all do the same with that anyway, don't we? Really, like we know the price of like some of these Slam Attacks cards. We see the price we said earlier on UK eBay, like 20 or 30 quid. On American eBay, it's a UK set, but you can get them nice and cheap if you want them, And it ain't sometimes worth paying 18 quid to get it shipped to the UK for one base card. So a system like that is really good, really, Chris.
Yeah.
No, that's good. That's good. Well, thank you very much for that, Chris. Before we've got two bits of so I mentioned, so it's CM Punk's anniversary. It's the 11th anniversary, I believe, for his Money in the Bank cash in on that dickhead John Cena, who we keep mentioning tonight. 17th of July, I believe.
Just this past weekend,
yeah, it's just this past weekend just gone. So just thought we'd give it a mention. And is there any cards you're looking out for at the minute with CM Punk? Any?
Yeah, I just thought, really, obviously the anniversary, obviously that was a massive moment, wasn't it? Obviously you had the pipe bomb in in June, then you had like the Money in the Bank where he was signing, is he signing, that sort of that blurred line thing. But I just thought mention just obviously some CM Punk cards, So there's a CM Punk card at the National which was announced this evening. So we're recording this on Thursday. So that was announced. I don't quite know how you're going to get this CM Punk auto, but that's definitely one to look out for, I think.
Yeah. That's amazing, isn't it? It's looks like a good follow-on card from all the ones they've been doing so far, to be honest. So it looks. If you haven't seen it, guys, it's online. Go and have a look at it.
It looks very much like the reward cards, doesn't it? The EPAC reward, like Sheeders and Mox and the Kenny Omega and Hangman one. So it's quite a cool image.
It's very cool. It's very cool.
Yeah, I think maybe down the line, a potential top 5 in the future is to do CM Punk relic cards or CM Punk cards, because over the years there's quite a few cards, and obviously with these hiatus and stuff, there's a big gap where there's no CM Punk cards, and like these ones from 2010, 2011, where it's such a hot commodity, there's quite a lot around. Yeah, I think we can definitely discuss that.
I can't wait to be critical. I mean, I'm the thing, like, we did our top 5 wrestlers. CM Punk was in my top 5. He was number 2 on my top 5 for a long period of time. I'm not very high on him, but at the end of the day, I do love some of his cards and stuff like that. Great, but I might go off on a bit of a rant at some points.
When he went on the hiatus, didn't he have like cards from Leaf and
there's a couple of UFC ones,
UFC cards, there's quite a few UFC,
which are really quite cheaply priced as well, actually, for what they are.
Yeah, I mean the Leaf ones all say mixed martial artists, so
Did I ever show you the bit of artwork that I got done for? So he wrote Thor. Thor. Drax. He did write.
He's done a few
sort of
comic books. A couple of writing things.
So I got the artist that worked with him to do Drax to do a picture of Drax cutting off CM Punk's head.
No way! That's well cool.
I do have that.
That's really cool.
That. So I'll show you the picture of that later on. Actually, I'll lob it on the group chat. But I'll stick it on. I'll stick it on our Facebook site. So okay, enough of CM Punk. So big topic for next week. Any suggestions?
Let's have a think about it. I think ultimately there's going to be a lot of news coming out over the next few weeks. Obviously about the next AEW set coming out and stuff, weren't there? And obviously the pre-order prices have gone up. So
it is.
Perhaps we'll talk a bit more about obviously different ways of maybe getting these pre-orders and going to those sort of side of things if you want to go with that.
And like who are we kind of looking forward to seeing like first cards of maybe?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's talk about
there's going to be some guys we've never seen before. So
are we going to Spectrum? Is that?
Yeah, Spectrum is going to be the next one. Yeah,
that'll be Spectrum. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah, sounds good.
Cool. Sounds good. Just trying to think of anything else. Any plugs? Any mentions, Jamie?
No, nothing more from me. As I say, do go down and if you do go to the London Car Show, get in touch and let us know if there's any wrestling stuff down there. A great episode, guys. Been nice to chat with you. And that nice long one. Each week, every time we do an episode, I'm like amazed. Have we got enough things to chat about each and every week? And there's so much little stuff going on this little island. We didn't even touch on John Cena doing the Comic Con. That just sort of washed us by it. So
We just remembered it.
So, no, we really enjoyed it. And to say, if anyone wants to find us on the social feed, you can find me on Twitter. I do a lot of wrestling card stuff on there. So I'm at Jamie Stocker on Twitter. Always do Wrestling Card Wednesday on there and share a few bits and pieces. And that's pretty much for me. So thank you lots for this week.
I don't know what you boys are like, but I kind of get to like the first week after doing this, I'm like, okay, cool. And the second week, I'm like, I get itchy. So I don't like, I'm not going to announce anything, but don't be surprised if occasionally we do a special here, there, and everywhere on different topics. And it's just because we're not necessarily filling the gap, is because we enjoy doing this, and
it's become a highlight of
so
all our
many
time,
topics,
hasn't it? We really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I went down a vintage hole a couple of evenings this over the last couple of weeks, and I'd love to do vintage.
I'm happy to do that,
stuff like that. So
even when you mentioned the vintage stuff, I went down that rabbit hole too and started looking at all the Alan and Ginter inserts and all sorts. I was so close to buying some.
You know what I mean? So it's definitely something for the future. Definitely. Chris, is there anything you want to mention? Plug?
Obviously, as I say it every week. So Cambridge Trading Cards on Instagram and YouTube. I think my latest video on YouTube is opening Pogs.
Oh,
so yeah,
I haven't actually seen that. I do normally watch.
Yeah, so we've got 5 packs of Pogs, but also like the Revolution box I spoke about earlier is on there.
Yeah.
I think I've got a Heritage 2008 box just recently been on there. So yeah, lots of random different stuff. And I'll have that Finest Blaster that hopefully I'll open tonight on there as well. So yeah, keep an eye out on the YouTube.
We'll do. And for me, it's I never remember it every week, so it's D_Lloydy boy on Instagram. You can find me on there. I think we will at some point extend our social media. At the minute, we're still just on Facebook. At the minute,
we've got a Facebook page.
We have a Facebook page. I'm sure we'll get onto Insta and potentially Twitter soon in the coming weeks. Bear with us on that. But we will get there. I think that's it. Really?
And keep chatting to us on Facebook as well, because it's been really cool just seeing people crop up with their cars and pictures and, chatting back and forth with us about, things they're found. So, keep that up. It's nice to see it, grow quite steadily, and I'm quite happy with the people we've got on there. It's nice.
Yeah, I mean, don't, wait for us to post something to, if anything you want to talk about, guys, more than willing. Anything you want to show, tell us. Yeah. Fantastic.
And always disagree with our top 5. We like a bit of chat.
Yeah, there was a lot of love. There was a lot of love for dirt. Yeah, there was a lot of love for the dirt. I was like, man, I didn't think there would be so much love for the dirt. Who knew?
There was a lot. Yeah.
But hey, guys, thank you so much for this week. Looking forward to meeting up again in a couple of weeks.
See you soon. Take care, everyone.
Definitely.
Cheers all.
Peace.
Bye bye. Fuck John Cena.